Never be.
2, oh fudge, Pokecorn. Okay, this time I'm not doing D&D, I'm doing Dungeons and Dragons.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not Dungeons and Dragons online, Dungeons and Dragons.
Online.
No.
Pokemon, get evolved to Ghost type.
Aw.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Which one should I do, Rosie? Which Dungeons and Dragons did you put on there?
I just did Dungeons and Dragons. I know it's like a reddish logo.
There it is. There we go. Chill. There we go. Confirm and go live.
Chill. I think chill went out the window along with that girl's ability to walk.
Phoenix!
I mean, you're not totally wrong. He's not totally wrong. Chill went out long ago when you kind of took off someone's head with a Pokepoffin.
Yeah, don't Phoenix me, Decapitator.
I didn't do that. I just gave the Gardevoir a snack.
Oh yeah, I'm confused.
Chill also went out the window when I annihilated an entire village.
For legal purposes, it was her own Pokemon that killed you, not me.
Yeah, in a court of law, I would not be found guilty. What a lovely way
it was
to
your
start
own
the stream.
Pokemon
Hi,
that killed
everyone.
It was your own Pokemon.
You're
that killed you.
surrounded by murderers. Yes.
How do you feel about? Oh yeah, and also with Grimes Pokemon horrifically killing the Mary.
Rip.
This stream is
All have
all.
blood on our hands, I think, except for Britt.
Britt is the only. That's because Britt has not been here and just been teleporting around.
I've literally, and I mean this in the nicest way, I've been literally going back and watching the streams and thinking, wow, you guys are so fucked up. And then I read, or I hear me, and then I'm reading like what I have planned for you guys, and I'm like, oh god, I'm even worse.
This is your universe. We're just playing in it.
That's true.
We're not even trying to do this, and then all of a sudden you give us the whole detail. I'm like, we're trying to do things like pull some string, fight some Pokemon, have a good little battle, or throw a Pokepuffin so they don't get so angry. Decapitation, annihilation,
Yeah.
Marrow-ties. We didn't even mean to do half the things that's happened. Just wait until we actually start trying to kill somebody.
It went from the DMs trying to kill us to the DMs helping us kill.
Right.
No,
More
DM's
death.
making us into murderers.
Making a murderer Pokemon edition.
So, I do want everyone to know that these Pokemon that I have specially planned for you, they're good Pokemon to a degree. But if you, by chance, perhaps Phoenix, lose a finger or two, these Pokemon are of a different nature. And if perhaps you want to befriend one, you might have to feed it a Phoenixo.
What?
Wait, Phoenix? Feed it a what? Feed it a what? A Phoenix?
I'm joking.
toe?
I'm joking. Don't feed it your toes, Phoenix. There
Yeah, I
are
wasn't
actually
gonna.
2 for sure that would. But no. There's some really interesting descriptions for all of these Pokemon. I took a lot of them online and tried to enhance the experience with giving stories
feed
and
it some Team
backgrounds.
Rocket.
Wait, so you're telling me you would feed a Team Rocket Grunt's feet to a Pokemon?
I mean, if I need information and they got it.
Oh god. I'm
But,
making this
not
a
the
little
whole
too
foot,
dark.
You know.
Just a nibble of a toe and a half.
Yeah.
I need you guys to roll me initiative. And for you guys, you should be able to go into your little character sheet and press initiative.
Should we go into should I change the screens to the D&D screen, or should I keep it on this current one?
Oh yeah, no. Keep it on. No, you can change it. It's perfectly fine.
Change it to
15's
the
good. Wait,
D&D?
you have a -4. I forgot about that. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
I do. I cannot initiate.
Oh my god.
Why do you have a never
Yeah,
to initiative? What happened to you?
A lot.
My legs.
Wait,
Yeah,
hold
they're-
on.
these
Did
are
your
literally
legs break you
broken.
just a stroke?
Well, no,
But she's
aren't they?
still
They're
walking.
fixed now, but it's just
They're-
probably
they're-
hurting.
Yeah, Grimes can walk, but let's just say it's painful every now and again.
Phoenix,
Phoenix-
whole history.
Yeah,
Where's
I'm
the
looking.
initiative again. Where's the initiative?
Oh,
It's
so-
top middle.
Yeah, exactly.
Right by armor class.
Armor class?
Wow.
Mhm.
I didn't notice because it's a fucking 0.
Armor or
Mine's
class?
a 0 too. Holy!
Tell me
Nice.
again where it is. Tell me, please.
Armor class, initiative speed. It's the 3 kind of in the middle of the top of your character sheet.
Phoenix is going first.
Oh, here. Wait. How do you roll that? Oh, there we go.
You just click on it.
I
Yeah.
did. And
Good
what did I
job.
get?
You got a 2.
Fuck.
Oh.
So this is really interesting. Phoenix, you have the chance for a very unique encounter. I need you to roll me a D100. And if so, I'm gonna rely on Grimes here for a moment. Grimes, I want you to remember it's Phoenix, then it's you, then it's Stella, then it's Boss. 62. Okay. So Phoenix, last you were outside of the town. You were kind of thinking of going all guerrilla Rambo and kind of going into the town and being a badass, right?
Not going into the town, not yet anyway. I gotta set up a base camp, I gotta prepare traps. I got a little bit of work to do, at least, a couple hours.
Okay. So what are you going to do? Let me just ask you that. Like, what is the first thing that your character going to do? Is he going to go into the forest to find more gear? Is he going to try and steal things from the town? What are you feeling?
He's probably about a mile out from the town, because he's expecting the Team Rocket might come after him if they're, exceptionally dumb. So he's gonna have, let's see, Lieutenant Pontiac up in the air on recon, watching for Team Rocket approaching, while he basically, sets up a camp in some deep brush off of a beaten trail. Yeah, because that's basically if you want to avoid pursuit, you look for a place you wouldn't want to walk. So it's going to be in brambles or thick bushes, all that sort of stuff. It's going to be off the side of a game trail. Because even the deer don't walk through that shit.
Okay, yeah, that works. So you're going through that trail to find a special little nook, a hidden nook, a little area that nothing would go through, right?
Basically, yeah. It's like in that picture right there, he'd climb that little cliff there and be up on top overlooking the bridge.
Okay.
If for an example.
Yeah, no, I
It
get
doesn't
you.
look like it's a very tall cliff.
So I have a little surprise for you.
I'll bet.
You get to see the first unique encounter for today. You see a little bunny doll looking Pokemon coming out of the forest, and it's hopping and it's kind of like sniffing everything. And it's just hopping around looking. And it does notice you. And it's not afraid. It's just hopping around. What do you do?
Hey, little guy. I'm not going to make any aggressive gestures. Let me see what I got in my pack here. What do I have that might appeal to a bunny?
Your toes. No, I'm joking.
Let's see, I have 2 berries. No, you said those are addictive. I am going to offer it some of one of my rations. See if it's hungry.
I want you to give animal handling check.
Good
I'm
thing
not-
that's covered under wisdom.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Hey.
Oh, hey, you still did good. Are you proficient in animal handling or no?
No, apparently not.
Okay. So, you did roll a 15. which that is good. What I'm going to tell you is this. The bunny Pokemon comes up to you, sniffs the rations, and then smacks it. And it then proceeds to prick your finger with one of its needles. And then it puts the needle inside of its ear. And it hops at like the same place, staring at you, and it just keeps on hopping. What are you gonna do?
I have a good idea.
Well, that's disconcerting.
I have a good idea what happened.
I don't think it's good, so, let's see.
It just keeps on hopping in place, staring at you. Going faster now. Going faster.
Well, since I got my Pokemon out, I'm going to turn to Boltund, which is Private Yap Zap.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
What do you think we should do about this bunny? Because I do not get a good feeling about this.
So for everyone who doesn't know, this is Private Yap Zap. He is adorable. So you're asking your dog Pokemon what to do about this Pokemon here in front of you, right?
Yep.
Roll animal handling for me real quick. And I'm going to tell you this. Yap Zap really doesn't know what to do. He is just staring at the Pokemon and then staring at you. There is no hostility. It is just hopping in place, staring at you.
Faster and faster.
Yep, faster and faster.
I'm gonna pull out one of the berries and offer that to the to the bunny instead.
It smacks it out of your hand, and it just keeps on bouncing. It's just bouncing. It's having so much fun. It's just bouncing along.
I'm gonna put the berry back in my pack. And I really have no idea what to do with this thing. I'm gonna kind of move slightly away from it back towards where I'm setting up camp and go back to my business.
Give me a wisdom saving throw. So for this, you can either... you know what? I'll make it easier on you. You can either roll a d10 or you can roll for wisdom.
Oh, you mean the one I have a -2 on?
Yep.
I'm going to take my chances with a d10.
All right. Oh, you got a 9. The rabbit is still hopping, but it is following you now. And you want to go... You wanted to go back. So, I'm going to do this for you. And the bunny Pokemon is still hopping and following you. And it's kind of crunching on leaves while it's doing it. It's not being aggressive at you at all.
Let's see. Is there any particularly good plants around? Like, is there any like green onions or like wild potatoes or some sort of root vegetable that animal might eat?
So, roll me a nature check. You got a... Well, that's actually really good. So, do this. While you're scavenging, you see a bunch of carrots. You see, like, wild carrots. You see 2 really nice yellow onions that are not like farm grown, just out in the wilderness. And you see some, what looks like chili peppers to you.
I'm gonna grab one of the peppers, one of the onions, and a couple of carrots and offer them to the bunny.
It smacks each and every one of them out of your hand. I need you to roll me a d10 or your wisdom saving throw. All right. What do you want to do now? What is your desire this very moment?
I have no idea what to do. This thing's not particularly aggressive, but it is kind of annoying. I'm gonna pull out a Pokeball and see if it wants to be captured.
And what you can tell is when you bring out the Pokeball, you start to jump up and down, up and down, up and down.
Oh, I know it.
I don't like it.
I knew it.
Is he still jumping?
Yep. You're, in a way, copying its moves. Does it make sense yet?
No, I mean voodoo maybe, but it's not
yeah.
overtly aggressive, so I don't know what to do.
No, you're right. Who do you voodoo? Or who do you voodoo? But yeah.
It could just be a trickster at this point, and if I get aggressive, things go sideways.
It stopped. I will say this. Let's see if it stops. It does stop. It stops jumping, and it walks right to you, holding the Pokeball, and it just looks up at you.
So I capture with the Pokeball?
Yes, and also, how many times did you try and give it food or anything?
Let's see.
3
3
or
times.
4?
3.
Okay. I need you to roll me a d20, and you get a +3 to this.
Oof.
Oh, that's bad. I mean, you already rolled it once. Let me see.
Oh, that wasn't me.
Oh yeah, it wasn't you? The 4 wasn't
No,
you?
I mean, no, the 4 was me. I don't know where that 14 came from, because the window wasn't even open anymore. I don't know how it rolled another d20.
Ah, okay. So, I'm gonna say this. Your little bunny friend seems to scurry off the moment that the red light starts to shine on that Pokeball. And you are left alone in the forest once again. Your Pokemon are at your side, though. Everything seems to be natural. You do have a little wound on your finger, but everything feels fine.
Oh, that was fucking weird. Anyway, got work to do.
Now, you might come across them again. It's possible. But do you know what happened there? Why
have
you
no
were
idea.
jumping? No?
I mean, my best guess, rabbit voodoo. Maybe
Yeah.
a psychic Pokemon.
Yeah, no, you're actually right on the money. So,
But I'm not familiar with that particular Pokemon. I don't know what it did.
oh no, it's not even a real Pokemon. It's like a fan-made Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so no worries. I actually expected you not to know what it could do or what it would do. And I'm kind of glad that you didn't know. I think Boss and Stella knew from what I heard. Possible. I do believe it is now going to be
Grimes.
Grimes' turn. Yeah.
Hello, it is me.
And where did we last leave you? Were you inside Team Rocket's facility?
I exiting and meeting up with Bia, but I could be wrong about that.
I think you're right. So you're, yeah, no, you're right. You were leaving. I don't think you left the building though.
No, I don't think so. I think I was like in the process, and that was about it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put you here if that's okay. There you go. Oh my lord. And then boop. You were probably coming out there.
There I am.
Now you have quite a few different Pokemon on you right now. What are you gonna do? You're gonna just like leave the building, and or are you trying to stay in the building, or like what's your goal here?
My goal is to bounce out and meet up with Bia so we can like start returning these Pokemon.
Very fair. So I just need you to roll me 2d10s, and that is all. Just to see if you can make it past security.
10 and 7.
That's actually really good. Yeah, no, you manage to get past 2 security things, and as you're leaving, you hear. I grabbed the map. Didn't mean to do that. You hear a lot of weird noises coming on, like behind you, like really close behind you. You don't know if it's from a Pokemon or a human, but it sounds like wailing.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Can I figure out where exactly this wailing is coming from?
Perception check.
Alright.
Nerd. Oh shit.
Nat 20!
Nat 20. Okay.
You keep getting 2 different nats.
What are
So-
these rolls?
You heard that there. So basically, there's a hallway right after where I pinged,
Okay.
and down that hallway is where the wailing is coming from.
Oh,
What do you do? Do you leave it for right now, or do you risk it for the biscuit?
I can't leave a Pokemans behind. Want to go after the wailing.
You're gonna go after the wailing.
After the
Okay.
wailing.
Okay. Oh god, it's gonna be. No, I'm joking.
This is how I die.
This is how I die. You're gonna get so angry at me. No. Let's reuse this area.
Woohoo.
So, as you're kind of like going down the area, you hear the wailings becoming more and more prominent. But it's not just one Pokemon, and it's not just one human now. It's more. And everything around you sounds like rattling of cages. It sounds like angry Psyducks. It sounds like Pokemon that are just upset and trying to get out of whatever situation they're in. You don't see them though. That is the issue that you're having right now. So what are you gonna do?
I would like to call out Corv and see if he can help me spot where this noise is coming from.
Okay. Oh shit. Yeah, let me get rid of him. There you go.
Multiple Corvs.
So Corv and you will have two separate perception checks. I'm gonna roll for Corv just this once, and I want you to also give a perception check. Oh, I nat 1 for Corv. Cool. I gave you that nat 1, and I feel really bad, but at the same time, I'm a little happy. I will give you
Low perception.
Oh god.
Go with 5 because I'm not fluent
Yeah.
in perception.
Wait,
It's
I
all
thought
good.
Bitch had to roll for her own Pokemon. Their own Pokemon.
Usually, but this time it's gonna be a little bit different.
What do we fail to perceive? Oh.
How am I gonna tell you this? So, for some reason, you are drawn to this toilet.
You have to go to the bathroom.
Really have to pee right now.
It
some
feels
reason-
like I'm about to explode.
For some reason, you have to use the bathroom.
Book.
But yeah,
One
no,
of them's out of order.
You, for some reason, hear a crying noise coming from that bathroom stall.
will head that way. And
Oh,
see if I
hell
can
no.
tell if anything's going on in there.
Do you open the door?
I will knock on it.
You still hear wailing, and it's even louder now.
What kind of wailing?
Like
It's more
people
like-
wailing or scared.
It's like,
Teenage
Kinda like
girl, woman left at the altar, lost child. What are we talking here?
You have a Pokemon
Lost
that's
child.
constipated, basically.
It sounds like
This is a variety of wailing.
I would like to lift Crow up over and see if he can look over the stall.
all right. So it's. I'm gonna try and describe this wailing to you. It is like broken-hearted, broken fingers kind of wailing.
Like a witch from Left 4 Dead.
I was thinking that this whole time.
You know, yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, like a witch from Left 4 Dead.
Oh god.
I'm gonna give this to you, but I'll let you do the rolling for Corv now.
Alright.
Just a perception.
Dick. Perception. A solid 2.
Heck yeah.
You know, I'm gonna just
What does
make
the
you play
IT
into this. While you're lifting Corv up, you fall face first into the door, opening it, Corv going into this little person's face,
Whoops.
and you currently on your face right now, in front of them.
I'd like to be like, hey, we heard you were doing bad. We wanted to check in with you. Make sure you're not dying.
Oh, it's that one whose boyfriend you stole.
Oh no.
So,
Oh, I see.
give me a deception check. Well, no, that's not really deception, is it?
No, I'm just, I've been like, yo, you good?
She sniffles and goes, yeah, I'm good, and then uses Corv as a tissue and goes,
Oh, well, I'm going to lightly retrieve Corv from her and go, I'm glad to hear you're okay, and back away with Corv.
I do want you to know that Corv now has an item on him. It is
It's not.
It is known as green goo.
Perfect.
Oh, she had that inside.
I will add it to his thing.
By the way, the door does not shut, and she said, it's fine, just, yeah, go.
Going to avoid this bathroom area and see if I can readjust to where this, if there's any other wailing or if it was just her.
Listen for wailing. So, perception check.
Perception. Normal.
I love that you got a nat 20.
Wow, I suck at perceiving.
So, from what you can tell, you don't hear any more wailing, but you do know it came from this area. God, that's
Well,
bad.
I can't perceive, and I found her who was wailing, and I'm gonna be like,
Yep.
alright, bye.
Yeah.
My head's
So-
back out.
Sound good. Sound good. Yeah. So, this time, did you want to leave the building or no?
Yes, I will leave the building.
Okay. You do successfully leave the building, and while you're like leaving the building, you notice that a lot of people are just sprinting, and you don't know why. But you do meet up with your friendly neighborhood badass, Bia.
Yay.
So everyone can see her in her glory. So while she's kind of doing her own thing, she's just waiting there for you and kind of just talking to you. Like, hey, what did you find out? Did you, like, get anything?
Explain, like, the lab and the scientists I saw, and I'll kind of, like, show her that I have a bunch of Pokemon that we're going to have to return to their owners that I was able to get out of there.
And she she like looks at you and says, "All right, well, I managed to get to contact the police, but a lot of them don't want to get involved. So right now, a lot of these goons or grunts are trying to ship off these Pokemon today, tonight, and tomorrow. I don't even know what we can do."
Well, I got some, so we can start there. Maybe we can find more people willing to take them down with us if the cops aren't gonna do it.
And she nods at you. She's like, "Yeah, we'll do whatever we can. They need our help."
I was gonna be like, perfect. Let's go back to your apartment because my body hurts and these Pokemon are heavy.
My body hurts. I don't know why, but I was imagining like, my body is Reggie, and then all of a sudden Reggie Ice comes out of nowhere and just beats the shit out of you.
It's Reggie.
But yeah, you make it back to the apartment perfectly fine. You do have Houndoom and a shiny fucking Scyther on you.
Hell yeah.
Which shiny Pokemon are, for what you understand, really rare. So probably really expensive.
One rare boy.
Yes. Now I do believe it is Stella's turn. And Stella, you, I believe, were in the city? Or were you going to the city?
Where were we? We were flying. The last thing we did was fly back from the Team Toxic city to Steven's city.
I didn't think we flew back. I thought we were still in there.
No, we wanted to get the hell out.
Oh yeah, we were in the Pokemon Center. We wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we actually flew back, but we were intending to depart after I murdered someone.
No,
Yeah.
you did get back.
Oh, I wanted to.
And I
like,
do
see
remember
when
you murdering.
I wanted to see like when the shop shop closed because I want to at least learn how a Pokeball thing, or at least what it was. Unless those scientists are insane too.
Wait, question mark?
Huh?
Wait, what did you want to know?
When the place closed, if I caught that before I left. I mean,
Which
When what place closed?
The place I was
Yeah.
trying to get work from. I meant open, my bad.
Oh, the research.
Yeah.
Oh, the research facility. Ah,
Yeah.
The
okay.
point of
The
me actually
warehouse,
going
the thing was
there.
closed. Yeah.
Yeah. They didn't know. I guess I didn't say it.
You just said it was closed.
Yeah, it's just closed indefinitely, from what you can tell.
Well, never mind. Okay. Yeah, there's no reason to try to work at a place that's closed. Oh, we should try to sneak back there one of these days when it's like night.
Oh, so you can steal.
Well, no, maybe I could like get some research to like learn how to do stuff.
Maybe Team
Okay.
Rocket's hiding out there at night. Who knows?
No, not Team Rocket. Team Toxic.
Bro,
probably
Raggy.
off there.
Oh, okay.
Team Toxic.
They're talking
is
about the.
Yeah, different teams at that place.
Yeah, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking about the town of Inhale.
No.
No.
The town of Inhale. Oh, that name. But yeah,
I
Stella,
love it. Thank you for letting me name it.
You are with Steven currently, and I just have to find Steven. But what did you want to do? Because I know last time you wanted to find a bakery, and you didn't really have the best of luck.
No. My immediate want right now is that I have two very troubled Pokemon in my possession, and I want to help them. Specifically beat the Gardevoir. It's happy with me. It's happy to go along with me. That I'm gonna handle separately, but the little Oddish with the chunk taken out of it, I'd like to figure out if we can help him.
Fair enough. So you want to go to like a professional, like medicine expert kind of thing?
Yeah,
I see.
if there's such a thing around in Enhale.
I'm gonna say this. Steven signs to you, and he says this with like a very questionable like look on his face, and he's, my uncle's company would probably have the best people for that. But there There's cities.
I know there's cities. We just went to one and it was weird.
You got a Gardevoir.
I had a
am I
murderous
with you?
Gardevoir. Are there any garden centers?
And so you want to go to like a vegetable garden? No, a garden center for Pokemon, right?
Like, think Erica's gym.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking. Steven like puts a finger to his temple, and he then goes, "Ah!" And he says, "Yes, but we have like a little flight to get there."
And I'll sign back to him, okay, and I'll turn to Buzz, hey, want to go on another adventure?
Since my job was a bust, all for it.
Cool, hop on the Corviknight.
Yay!
Oh, gotta love Corviknight. That's gonna be really interesting, actually. So, you all, I need Stella. You need to roll me a d20, just one d20.
Ooh.
While you land, you notice that a lot of people are bustling around, like just a large amount of people, and no one seems hostile towards you. No one seems to know even who you are, but what you can tell is that there is a lot of dancers and everyone is entranced by them. And even little old Steven. Let me see if I can enlarge him. He's
Talking
just like,
about,
ooh.
belly dancers or
Kimono wearing, so kind of, but not really as lewd.
Interesting.
Dang, okay.
What would you like to do? Like, where would you like to go first? There is an herbal shop here that is also tea. There is a little bakery. There is, and by the way, I'm pinging them. There is a little mail room house. This is the gym / veggie center. And then all throughout here is like a bunch of different areas for all sorts of things, like even like purchasing Pokeballs and whatnot.
I want to go to the herbal shop.
Okay. Feel free. So I'm gonna let you move your character closer.
Where am I? Which one was the herbal shop again? Could you ping it, please?
Yeah, no worries. It is this one right here.
Oh, okay, so we landed pretty close.
Yeah. There we go. Let me just like that. There we go. While you're there,
oh, they got a flour mill.
yeah,
Ooh.
Steven is in there. He's kind of like taking it upon himself to like look around.
Mhm.
Funny little thing about Steven is he knows all of these ingredients and he seems to enjoy the area like immensely.
Oh, neat.
You don't know. Well, how about this? Roll me an insight check to see if you know the stuff in there.
Let me see if I know things. I have a -1 to insight.
God, that one. Yeah, you don't know anything about this place.
What are things?
What are herbs?
Yes,
How do you
this
function?
table is made of table.
This table is made of table. I love that.
Oh,
That is the greatest line.
That is amazing. I would love it if a baker comes in a place where they get food and they're just like, like, oh, what is this thing, Miss Baker, ma'am? And like, this radish is made of radish. Something like
Yep.
that.
100% radishes made of radish.
So, while you guys are like looking around, this girl drops down from the ceiling, like literally right above you, and swings from the rafters and then lands behind the desk and says, "Sup?"
Hi.
And she kind of goes, "Can I help you?"
Couple things. One, can you help this little guy? And I'll take out Beat.
I love that his name is Beat. Because
Does he
he's been
beat the
beaten.
odds?
Oh, I thought because he's been beaten. Oh, you got him.
Yeah.
Just delete that. Boop. And she looks at Beat and goes, "Damn, someone really did a number on your radish."
Right?
And she by the way, roll me a perception check real quick.
Perception.
Oh shit, nat 20.
Oh, nice. Okay. So Stella's dumb today, but she sees all.
Yeah, she sees all. You know that she is high as hell right now, but she seems to be like very smart and like knows her shit. She says, "Can you give me the root?"
The what? Sorry?
The root, the thing in your hands, the beat.
Oh, yeah, please help him.
And she takes it and literally sticks 2 fingers into where he's been nommed on.
Oh, gosh.
And then places a seed.
Does
And says-
Beat seem upset about this? Did that seem painful?
You know what? Roll a d12 real quick.
D12. Huh? Okay.
He thrashes about and goes "Ah!" for like a split second, but then he's all fine and dandy, and he feels like a lot better. And all of a sudden, you do notice after she sprinkles some like bone meal on his head that he starts to grow a little bit, and he doesn't look as like bitten in. You can still see that there's a divot, but he looks to be a little bit healthier.
Okay. Thank you. What do I owe you for that?
And she goes, "Oh, nothing. I mean, I literally just seeded him, so."
Thank you so much.
And she asks, "Did you try and eat him? Like,
No.
Oddish?" Oh, okay.
I found him like this in a rather unsavory shop.
And
Nah.
she looks at you like, "Unsavory."
They were selling Pokemon to eat.
She's still doing the E. And when she finally stops, she's like, "Wait, like E? Nice one, boss." Or wait, was that Phoenix or boss?
What? That was
I'll
you,
never
wasn't it?
tell.
I thought that
I'm
was
like,
you,
neither,
like
what do
you're
you
in
mean?
character as the girl.
No,
Yeah, I thought you were trying to bring like. I thought you were trying to make her into like a wreck or something.
no, that wasn't me at all.
What?
Oh, that
But,
was funny as heck.
damn. But no, she goes, "Oh, but the thing is, Oddish is able to poison anyone that tries to eat it. Why would anyone do that?"
Maybe they didn't know.
And then all of a sudden she says, "Dumb son of a bitches." And she gives you something under the table, like while you're like at the table. I need you to roll. Oh shit! What the heck? Does it not have it? I should have it. I'm gonna need you to roll me a sleight of hand if you can.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Sleight of hand. Okay.
Just see if this works. Yeah. Okay. So, wow, you got a nat 20, and I got a nat 1. This is gonna be odd. So, she gives you, and somehow you keep this from Steven's eyes, a bunch of herbs and drugs. And I don't mean just like a handful? I mean like a backpack full.
Oh gosh.
And she gives it all to you, and she's like, you deserve it. And by the way, yeah.
I'm going to position myself so that Steven can't see what I'm saying, and this is going to sound worse than I'm intending it to sound, but bear with me. I'm going to like lean in and ask her, are any of these good for calming?
And she winks at you like, calming. And she points at a little white bag.
Oh god.
Like white powder? Or
Oh yeah,
bag
it's
is
white
white?
powder. No, it's white powder.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. Cool.
So, is there anything else you need from her by chance?
I mean, do they have tea that's not medicinal? Can I just like grab some tea?
Oh yeah, sure. She basically like looks at you and is like, "Oh, you want some tea too?"
Yes, please.
And then she like clicks, and then she grabs like, wait, are you asking like for homemade tea right now, or are you asking for like pre-made shit?
Like pre-made.
And she goes, all right. And then she grabs her pot, pours it, hands you a cup, and when she hands it to you, it's like this clay cup, and she's like, it's on the house, unless you want to tip me. That would be nice too.
Oh. I will give her... Oh my gosh, how does money work in this town? I'm going to give her like 5 polka dollars. Just in thanks.
She rolls up a $5 bill and starts to snort.
Okay, Steven, we're out of here.
And she
I'm just
waves.
gonna like grab Steven and like just turn him and walk. Thank you for the tea.
She waves at you like, come again soon.
For sure.
I wish I was in there with her.
I love how she rolled a nat 1 on sleight of hand. Like the shop hander's like going in super slow motion, but she's high, so she thinks she's being subtle.
Right.
It's like everybody's watching her do it very slowly.
Steven wasn't even looking good for him.
Yay, Steven.
My goodness.
Yeah. For your last action, is there anything else you wanted to do?
No, I'm good. Just this is a really cool town.
Steven
I'm
just
going
like
to just be flabbergasted. I have ideas for next turn, but I will save them.
he's like pointing at the bakery. He's pointing at the Poke Center. He's pointing at the fucking tower, and he's just like he just does this, and he slaps his hands together to his face, and he goes,
Oh.
"Boss, I do believe it is your turn."
Huh. Okay. So what are the different places we have around here?
You have a tea shop that is also an herbal shop. You have technically herbs are tea.
Was that
you
the
can
shop
make
that
tea.
she got the crack from?
Hey, it's not.
We
crack.
don't know it's crack.
What are you talking about? But yes, and then there is also a bakery. There is a type of Poke Center. There is a daycare system over this way, but past here. There's also a very large gym tower that is also a veggie garden, and quite a few other areas. There's even some marketplaces. What do you feel like?
You know what? Before we start, I want to actually address something. Last time we had a little bit of a roll where I got a nat 20, and then my Mimikyu straight up told me this town's high. He didn't tell me they psychopathically told me. They just straight up started talking. So do I have a talking Mimikyu now?
No, like it wasn't that they told you. It was that they, how do you explain this? Kind of like they told you with their body language, and also kind of like what Ash does with this Pikachu, if that makes sense.
No. But sure, okay, we'll go with that.
Do you know what I mean, or no?
No, I do not know what you mean. But
so basically, like, for example, if a dog starts to dig at a certain spot, when you ask him to find his bone, it'll dig in that area.
Yes.
So when you were asking your Mimikyu, like, hey, what's up with these people? Mimikyu basically pulls up a joint and goes, oh.
Okay, sure. Okay, okay. Ooh, okay, I'm looking for a job, so I guess I'll go to the center.
So you want to go to the Pokemon Center for a job, right?
To see about it, yeah, that's what I did last time. You want to come with me, Stella?
Sure. As I kind of like
Fudge.
conspicuously stuff what I got into my own bag.
You see a Pokemon, you see a Poke Trainer carrying his Ampharos and just waiting at the door as there's a giant Diglett man behind him.
Diglett man?
Yes.
What?
Let me go find it for you.
Yes, a visual would be helpful.
Like, this makes me think of the buff, like, Diglett image.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I thought he was doing.
When am I gonna see the buff whooper again?
Ass
Oh, it's
whooper.
No, mine is ass whoop.
I swoop. Oh shit, I don't have it. What the heck?
I was thinking of like seeing if I could like let mine learn from that whooper to see if they can get as buff as them. This is so funny. Honestly, has everyone seen the buff Diglett?
Yes.
Do we, if you're, I don't know.
No worries, I got it. I just have to upload it real quick.
Oh, you have to upload it. Okay.
Yeah, that's what the issue is. But no, yeah, you see a Pokemon trainer carrying his Ampharos, and there's a buff Diglett right behind him, kind of like flexing, like, oh yeah.
What are you? Are
I'm just
you a
waiting
Diglett that
for it
ate a
to-
Machop? Machamp?
Oh
was it?
god.
Probably Machamp.
Yeah, it's Machamp. But yeah, so
Oh,
basically, this is what
Oh my
you see.
god.
That's even worse than what I was thinking.
He's just like as tall, like he's not even out of the ground all the way, and he's just as tall as the Pokemon trainer,
Oh my goodness. That means he's
if not a little taller.
Oh my goodness, that guy.
Yeah, Pokemon Center is out of order for some reason.
Out of order. Let
says
me.
we're closed.
Do I have anything in my inventory that would help heal the Pokemon? that I use?
You have items.
Did I get any potion? Oh, I did get a potion. But his Pokemon is like fainted, so it doesn't. So I need like a revive to do anything to him. Or
Maybe.
does a potion work in this?
You don't know.
You know what?
I have a
I
really
can
wow.
do this. So go up to the
I might
Pokemon
lose
trainer and
internet
ask
just
what's
so
wrong.
you guys know.
What'd you say?
I might lose internet. I have a really loud storm outside my door. No, it's all good. So you're gonna ask him what exactly?
Hey, how you doing? Everything okay?
And he looks at you and goes, I mean, kind of. My Ampharos fainted and the gym leader really beat the shit out of me. My Diglett had to carry us back. I sort of fell and, well, hit my head. But I'm good.
The gym trainer beat the crap out of you, not the Pokemon? Not just the Pokemon?
No, it was both of us.
Okay. Huh. Can I... Let's see if this helps and use my potion on the Ampharos.
Okay, which one?
I have more than one?
I thought you did.
I thought I only had one.
I could have sworn you had multiple.
I have rations. I have a potion. Not a single potion.
Oh, you have a first aid kit. That's what it is. Okay.
Oh, does first aid work on it? Do I know how to use the first aid kit?
Good question. Do you?
I mean, I have intelligence, so would that count as intelligence?
Partly. It would be in medicine. Like if you would basically, as you like learn skills and whatnot, and you have more wisdom, your medicine skills should go up. But anywho,
I'm gonna do a chaos roll real quick.
Mhm.
okay.
I'm gonna use my first aid kit on the Amphros.
Okay. You stabilize the Ampharos, and the Ampharos is able to like open its eyes. The trainer says, "Oh, thank you. I was really worried I wasn't going to get to the Pokemon Center in time."
What is up with that? It's just closed, or does it have like a time that's gonna open?
And he kind of like looks at you and says, "Well, I don't know. Like, if I'm being honest, some gangs were around here and they were closing up shops until they could open them. They were making people pay up the ass for just anything these days."
That
Up
sucks.
the ass.
I don't think I want money up the ass. Okay. Oh, come on! It happened again. Okay. Oh well. Keep it right here.
But anywho, he looks at you and kind of like asks, "So, what are you here for? It doesn't seem like you're having any Pokemon issues."
No, I just wanted to look for work.
Well, the gym leader might be hiring. Honestly, like, they're always in need of new blood.
You mean the ones that beat you up, right?
I mean, yeah, but
That
don't
not
tell
just...
her this, but I kind of had it coming.
Huh. I'd inquire, but I feel like there's some underlying issues with that.
Is that what you tell him?
No, that's not my thoughts.
Okay.
I just say, okay, then. I guess I don't really have anything else. Is there any other Pokemon that need help or anything?
No, not around there.
Does he need help?
No.
Alright.
You kind of helped him already by helping his Ampharos.
That's good. Alright. Well, I hope we can cross paths again. I'm gonna go head to the bakery.
Great. Ooh.
Interesting. So, you want to go to the bakery now, right?
Yeah, I mean, helping Steven and Stella find a place would be good starting out, and possibly helping them until I can find my own job.
Okay. So when you get into the bakery...
Where is that again? Over here?
I just moved you there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, you did, okay.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna
I think Stella and
open...
Steven with me too, right?
Huh?
Oh, you want them to be with you? Okay.
I thought so. I mean, do you guys want to be with me?
For sure, yeah. Bakery.
Okay.
So you all get into the nicely lit bakery, and it looks like people were making stuff, but they quit. Like, there's no one else in here right now.
Huh. Perception check to see if there's I mean, not perception check. Are there any, like, signs anywhere?
You can do a perception check. Like, what kind of signs are you looking for?
Trying to see if there's something like,
Oh, shit,
anything
that's
that,
too big.
shows us when they're either coming back, or if this place is for sale or something, or anything like that, of that nature.
Ah, I see. So I'm gonna say for your perception check. Oh, 920. You see blood leading into the back room over here
Huh?
on the floor.
Huh.
Yeah.
Investigate.
All right. What do you want to know?
What's going on? What do you... There's blood.
There is blood. What are you gonna do about it?
I just said investigate.
How are you gonna investigate it?
My dude, I'm going to walk over there.
Okay.
Tell me
And
what you're doing.
you see that there are truck tires leading away from the building, and the blood stops right where the truck tires are.
Tire tracks.
Or tire tracks, yeah.
Huh.
Thank you for that.
There's like an upstairs, right?
There is an upstairs.
Yell out to see if there's anybody else here.
What is your words? So, like, what are you gonna say?
Hey, is anybody here? Anybody home?
You hear
Oh god.
and then it goes down the stairs.
Let me like bring hold on, let me bring out Mighty with me. There we go. My little this guy will protect me. Who the fudge are you?
And he walks over to the counter and says, "Oh, hello there."
Hi. Nice to meet you.
And as he's talking to you, he grabs an entire cake and goes, "What are you doing here?"
Well, this is a bakery, and I'm gonna give the floor to Stella and Steven.
And that is when we will transfer to... Oh, sorry. I'm trying to scroll. There we go. To Phoenix.
All right. So I assume it's been like what, an hour, 2 hours?
Around an hour.
Okay. Let's see. Pontiac, has he come back to report seeing anybody?
He kind of like nods no, like he hasn't seen anything.
Okay. How late in the day is it?
If you'd have to like guess by the sun, it's probably near evening. Like it's near night. Or sorry, it's near night. It's going like another hour and a half, and then it's going to be like completely dark.
Okay. I'm going to work with my Pokemon to find out their abilities. I'm basically going to, like, grab a piece of, like a log or whatever and say, hey, show me what you can do. And I'm going to get each of my Pokemon to, show me their attacks as best I can.
Okay. Who do you bring out first?
First, I'm going to go with, let's see. Sergeant Quagsire.
Okay.
Since I don't actually know of any of his attacks.
So when he comes out, he goes, "Wah."
Alright, Sergeant Quag. Time for us to do a little training together. I need to know what you can do. Pretend that log there is a member of Team Rocket. Show him that you're angry.
And then he goes, "Wah," and then he goes up to the log and starts slapping at it.
Angrier, come on!
Roll animal handling real quick.
Okay.
Oh shit. He manages to grab the log and then chuck it at you. And he goes, just. But yeah, and then there's just a big glowing smile on him.
Alright, good job, Sergeant Quag. Is there any other, like, super secret special attacks, like the one you're really holding in reserve when your back's up against the wall and you really want to give them what for? Anything else you got?
Roll me a d20. He uses a water-based move right on you, and you nearly get knocked off the edge, but he stops in the matter of like a second.
I'm gonna walk back over. Good job, Sergeant Quag. Very strong. I probably should have specified the log is still our target for practice. That's my fault, though, so good job, bud. Good job.
He puts a flipper to his face and goes, quack.
I'm going to move on to Private Yap Zap. Set up the log again.
Yap Zap runs in a circle. Do you basically ask him the same thing?
Yeah, it's like, all right, Private Yap Zap.
Roll me a yeah, I guess roll me animal handling again. See if he understands you. He doesn't understand you, but he does pee on the log.
I like your initiative, Yap Zap. All right, what's your special move, Yap Zap? Come on, really give it to that log. That's Team Rocket there. They're the bad guys. They hurt Pokemon. What's your special move?
He starts to squat, and you see a little dangly piece of something coming out of his rear end.
My goodness. Okay. All you're doing is making your words are a laxative to him.
I like your thought process, but we'll work on that later. So, good job, Yap Zap. Move on. Next Pokemon is Cloister.
All you hear is Cloy, and then
what?
oh, the clap. Sorry, I guess you didn't hear that.
No, I did not.
Yeah, it basically shuts itself. What do you do?
All right, Private Cloy.
Cloy.
I need to see what you are capable of in combat. We're going to be going up against those Team Rocket bastards. We know they like to hurt and kill Pokemon. They're doing a real number on this town, so let's see what you can do to this log. Pretend this log is a member of Team Rocket and attack with ferocity.
Roll me an animal handling, and I'll give you +1 for this. Holy shit. Are you proficient in animal handling?
No, it's frickin' wisdom. Everything's wisdom.
Your Cloister kind of just lays on its side and just goes Cloy, Cloy, Cloy.
Alright. Tell me something, Private Cloy. Did you willingly join Team Rocket, or did they steal you from your original trainer, who was your friend and good person?
You
Maybe.
notice your Cloister is asleep.
We'll come back to you. Put him back in his Pokeball.
Your little bunny friend is just watching you behind a tree.
I'm gonna call it Specialist Goose, who is the Swallow.
All right.
Alright, Specialist Goose. We're gearing up for action. Pretend this log is Team Rocket. They like hurting Pokemon, and they like hurting people even more. They even kill Pokemon. They don't care. They're bad people. So I want you to attack this log like it's a member of Team Rocket. Show me what you can do.
Roll for it. Let's see what you can bring to the table. Oh shit. So when Swallow takes aim at the log, its wings begin to glow, and it strikes the log, cutting it into several pieces, and then it lands on your head, and all you hear is
Now that is what I'm talking about. Good job, Goose. Now, Goose, That was awesome. There's not much left of that log, but that's Team Rocket. Do you have any special attacks you want to use on them? Show them what you really can do when you get angry?
Roll against me real quick. You're going to be rolling a d4. Oh, shit. It begins to go into a spiral movement, and it uses its beak, but its beak begins to grow, kind of like glow a bright yellowish color, and it strikes the log, eviscerating it. Like, literally, there's not much left, and it then just like flaps above you. And it goes, cool.
Specialist Goose, you are my boy. I love it. Good job.
Nice.
I'm gonna let him sit on my shoulder while I ask Skarmory. Actually, I'm gonna find a fresh log since that one's kind of destroyed,
Okie dokie.
or a rock, a rock or bush or something that I can use as a target.
Okay. Give me a perception check. You manage to get a rock, or what you think is a rock, and while you're setting it up, it begins to feel slimy.
I'm gonna let it go because I suddenly suspect it is a Pokemon and not a rock.
Okay. Okay. What now then?
I'm gonna back away from the rock and apologize. Hey, sorry, I thought you were a rock.
This is what you see. What do you
Hey.
do?
No harm, no foul. If I've upset you, I'll give you some food. You go on your way. How does that sound?
You hear... Let's see, what do you hear? You hear a roar coming from the river below you. And it just goes... And you see the little boulder dude roll off the ledge down and plop into the water.
Does anything else happen?
Nope.
I wait for a moment to see if anything else happens.
Nothing happens.
All
You're
right,
safe.
I'm gonna look for another practice target.
Okay. I'm gonna give you one last roll. For perception. Sorry. Forgot you have a -2. Your little buddy friend hands you a stick with a glove on it, and then hops away.
Thanks, bud. I appreciate you. I'm gonna kind of like stick it into the dirt, stand it upright.
Okay.
And Skarmory, you're an excellent scout, but now we got a little bit of Team Rocket causing trouble. They're hurting Pokemon, they're hurting people, and they killed one of our own. So I need to see what you can do in combat. Turn this stick with the glove on top. That's Team Rocket. Fuck them up.
Bro. Dude.
As you're training with Skarmory, you notice quite a few things are coming towards you.
See, this is the sort of thing my Pokemon that was on patrol would have probably seen and let me know about before now.
You're talking about your Swallow, right? That is on your shoulder.
Pontiac.
Oh, Pontiac?
Yeah,
Well, he came back.
Like I said, he's up in the air scouting around.
But you told him to come back.
So I asked what he saw.
Oh, well, I thought
And
you asked him
he
to come back.
indicated he didn't see anything. I assumed he was continuing to patrol.
Oh, see, I assumed that he was in your... But while you're training, I want you to roll for Pontiac real quick.
What do you want me to roll?
Either a perception check or just a natural 20, because I would probably make it a natural 20 because he doesn't have a negative towards it. Okay. Pontiac, you don't see him anywhere.
Well, he's probably flying in a large circle, so it's possible that he missed them.
Possible.
He's a bird. That's what they do. They fly in circles.
Yeah. Are you going to avoid confrontation, or are you going to start confrontation?
I'm going to take cover in bushes and such nearby and advise Skarmory to set up perch up there on the cliff behind a bush or something. Kind of stay out of sight, wait for them to get closer.
Okay. And then your swallow is on your shoulder?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where are you going to move your character?
What kind of cover do I have in my immediate vicinity?
Anything you see. You have anything in your current view. The only thing I won't allow is you to go all the way past here.
Yeah, I kind of figured going directly across the line of sight would probably not help.
Yeah.
You
gonna go in a tree?
Well, behind the tree, basically,
Okay. And now it is Grimes' turn.
Hello, yes?
Hello, welcome.
Who's
Welcome. Did you not die?
Not yet, theoretically.
Damn it, no, I'm joking. Not again, we got another liver. Here we go. Grimes, you are currently with Bia, and Bia has been working tirelessly trying to get people to possibly help out, and you don't really hear too much over the phone that she's currently calling people, asking if they'd be able to help and whatnot.
You can hear talking but can't make it out.
Yeah, you don't know who she's talking to, but it seems that Bia's getting very agitated.
Can I listen in further to see if I can hear better?
Perception check.
God damn it. I nailed one.
My goodness.
I'm
I
gonna
hear
say
backwards.
I'm gonna say you were leaning against the door and you fall and you roll and you hit the couch. Bia notices you right away and you hear, "I gotta call you back."
Are
you
my
okay?
bad. I'm not used to my legs yet, I think.
And she basically puts out crab hands and says, "Hey, do you want me to I don't know, break them back into place?"
Nope, don't break them.
She asks you though, were you trying to listen in?
I was coming out to see who you were talking to. Just took a stumble. Everything going okay?
And she goes, "A lot of people are afraid of Team Rocket, and right now it doesn't look like we're getting a lot of help. I got a few people, but not enough."
Well, I guess a few's better than none at least. Is there any way that we can make them less afraid of Team Rocket, or is that pretty cemented at this point? How long have they been in control of this place?
And she kind of leans against the wall and says, "Honestly, not long. They haven't been here for over 6 months, but the moment that they took charge, everyone just laid down and let them. It was something that was just scary. These people, they've never really had confrontation before, and with them taking over the Pokemon centers, the gyms, the arrangements for marketing, we don't know. They just are in charge."
I'm gonna scratch the back of their head and be like, well, we got some of the Pokemon back. Do we have any idea where we can start finding their trainers?
She says, yeah, actually, I did a little research. The Houndoom actually belonged to an old gym leader a couple towns away. And I think the Scyther actually never had a home.
Oh. Like, well, we can at least return the Houndoom. And maybe if Scyther likes me, we can take him along with us for now and see how things go.
And she kind of is like, yeah, that sounds good. Do you want to do that now?
Yeah. Like, let's go return this guy.
So, this is where things get interesting. I need you to roll me a D100 and a D20 for travel.
Why are my rolls the way they are? Dice.
You know what? This is gonna be really fucking funny. This is just good. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I have something that, like, because of your D100 roll, it's very interesting. You managed to land. Oh shit! I forgot Stella's down here. Where is she? There she is. Bia, get over there. You managed to land at a very beautiful scene. A lot of people are bustling. A lot of people are looking at these dancers, and they're all like ecstatic. They're just like, "Oh yeah, yes, marry me, senpai. Oh, we love your dance so much." One of them does sound German, just like a very broken German. And as you're kind of like going through the city, you're noticing that some sort of event's going on, but a lot of people are going to the very center building, which looks like a gym. And Bia says, that's one of the only functional gyms here right now in the land.
Really? Well, at least they got a gym leader to protect them.
Yeah, too bad she's a bitch.
That bad, huh?
She's my ex.
That'll do it.
But Bia says, if you really want to know who the Houndoom is owned by, you could probably go to her, and she'd tell you. I think she knows. She knows too much, honestly.
I'm just gonna tell her, I'll go talk to her. You obviously don't have to come with if you don't want to. We can meet back up somewhere.
Sounds good. And she punches a tree, and the tree falls over.
I love it.
She's too strong.
You just hear a little German boy crushed under the tree going, "It's okay, I got my Wiener Schnitzels."
Goodness.
I'm just going to immediately ignore that and step over the tree and head towards the gym.
Wait, I need you to roll a D20 just to see if you accidentally step on the Wiener Schnitzels.
13.
Please don't.
Oh no! My Wiener Schnitzels!
Whoops.
Okay.
So you want to go to the gym, right?
Yeah, I'll head that way.
Okay. Oh, my Wiener Schnitzels!
I like how
Sorry,
you
that's
made
just so
the high
funny.
level one where he actually lost his Venus.
Oh god, that's just so funny. Oh god. Okay.
Poor German boy.
So I'm gonna die, honestly. So you see a very photogenic woman who people are taking photos of as she's like speaking into a mic. And by the way, you have seen her before. As she's being like, I guess, like having fans all around her. She starts to dance, and she's dancing with these kimono girls. And when you're there, she notices you and like notices like you're not part of the scene here. Well, what are you doing here? And we're gonna wait for a moment. I need you to roll me a D20 and then a D12. Last one will be chaos.
5 and a 7.
Well then. That is going to be really interesting. So, while... How do I want to say this? While you're, like, going up the stairs and she notices you and she's like, huh, who are you? She kind of, like, comes closer and says, hey, are you part of the new act? And, by the way, there's, like, music blaring in the background.
I'm gonna tell her, no, I'm just here to ask you a question.
And she kind of like twirls around you and says, oh, what's that? What do you need?
I was wondering if you knew which one of your citizens here lost their Houndoom recently.
And she said, Houndoom? Let me see him.
And Grimes will take Houndoom out and show her.
Do you want me to, or are you going to?
Oh, I can do it. Hold on.
Oh, okay. No worries. You're gonna get a very interesting reaction.
Throw him in a tree quick. There we go.
He has to pee in the tree. She goes, Foofy, I haven't seen you in a while. And then Foofy all of a sudden wags his tail and a bunch of cherry blossoms go all over. And she leans in and like kisses his face, and Foofy kisses her face and says, oh, you know Daddy Geo is going to be really sad when he finds out you weren't there. Where'd you find him?
He was like abandoned in the back of this like Poke Center. It seems some like bad people were dealing with him.
Bad people? Oh no. And I know you have some terminal illness. Poor guy.
Oh.
And she pets him, and let me just see something real quick. Oh, well then, that's actually really good for you. Foofy kind of like comes up to you and like lays on your feet and just goes and wags its tail.
Aww. I'm going to pet Foofy.
Yeah. Okay, you can pet the Foofy. And she's like, oh, he likes you. That's so good. So, what now? Did you want me to take him off your hands? And I don't know. Would you want to wait here for his owner to arrive?
Yeah, either way. You can, like, point me in the owner's direction of their house, or you can take him, whatever works for you. It seems like you're in the middle of a festival thing.
And she's like, oh, don't worry about it. And she's like, I have him on speed dial. Just wait here. He'll want to meet you. And she calls someone on her phone. And Foofy is just like really happy right now. And all the kimono girls basically are just like loving up on him, just giving him belly rubs.
No.
Now, when I say this, don't freak out. But there is about 15 very large bird Pokemon. I don't think you know them yet, but the transport Pokemon, the night ones.
Corviknight?
Corviknight, yeah. There's about 15 Corviknights in the span of 2 minutes just flying over your area and landing all throughout the city. And then there is one shiny one that is landing somewhat behind you. And I'm just gonna... that is not a Corviknight, but you know what? That'll work for right now. But it basically lands right here, and it is a lot larger than all the rest.
Alright.
And
boy.
yeah. Now, I do believe it is Stella's turn.
Okie
Grimes is in danger.
dokie.
I'm so
I'm in
sorry for
danger.
everything. Literally. That is me all the time. So
we are in the bakery.
you are in the bakery, and there's a very large man eating literally everything on the shelves in front of you.
Are you the proprietor of this establishment?
You could say that.
Oh, very good. It looks like you have a really nice setup here. Excellent equipment, great displays.
What do you want?
Would you be willing to sell this establishment?
Huh. I just took it off those fools. Wait, what? Sell it.
Yeah.
And then he kind of like backs up and then like leans into kind of like some poffins. Like these things are on the shelf here. And let me move him back a little bit. And he kind of like starts to eat some more, and he's like, "What do you want with a bakery?"
It has been our dream, and I gesture to me and Steven, to open a bakery since the one that he had burned down.
That's a dumb dream. How much you want?
Well, what'd you be willing to part with it for?
I don't know. Never owned a bakery before.
I don't really have a good grasp on the valuation of money in this world.
And
I...
do you want some help from Steven?
Yeah, Steven! I'd be like, what would you buy a bakery for? And I'm gonna assign that to him.
Ooh, this is gonna be interesting. Steven kind of shrugs at you, but he says in sign language, "Should I bring out my cash?"
Not yet. I'm gonna gesture. Let's see what sort of negotiating we can do.
All
So
right.
I'm gonna go back to the owner and be like, how does chaos roll?
Oh shit. Would you like
How
me to
does-
give you a good guesstimate?
Yeah.
So, no joke, this person's an idiot, and you could very easily, like, just throw money at him. But if you did $5,000, he'd immediately be like, "Holy shit, that's really good. Okay, I'll
That's
take
exactly what I was gonna offer.
it." But
So
well, this is because you got such a high roll. I'm gonna tell you this:
okay.
if you say, "Hey, I have $4,000 here," he'll take the offer, but he'll try and swindle the deal a little bit. You'll see.
Can
Okay.
I say something because of what I saw in the back?
Oh, sure, if you'd like.
Yeah.
So, like, okay, so
There you go.
before we negotiate a deal, I couldn't help but notice that you said something about taking a bakery off their hands, and I also happened to see blood and a trail from a truck going from the back.
You saw what?
I saw blood and
Oh.
a truck trail leading out the back, and you said you took the bakery off the hands of someone else.
He says, "Come here."
How about no?
No, seriously. Come here, I want to show you something. You think it's blood?
How about you go over there?
I'm too
about
big
you?
for that.
Oh, Mimikyu. Oh, Mimikyu. Mudstyles, actually. Not. No, you
Is
come.
it just like raspberry?
Would you like to tell me what it is while I'm over here?
And he's like, "No, I'm going to show you."
So you're just going to show me, huh?
Yeah, I'm just going to show you. What are you going to do?
Chaos roll.
Oh, I got a nat 20.
Fuck you. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it, is there?
No, you can. Like, this isn't for your coming over there. This is something entirely different. So, if you want to come over, you can. If you want to stay over there, you can. It's up to you. But this guy is insisting for you to like get closer.
This roll is for boss gets inhaled. This is for keeping Mudstyles and Mighty on watch and ready to take action while I go over there.
Okay. So you're in front of him now.
Mm-hmm.
He grabs you and pulls you all the way to the bread, and he basically puts you in the bread, like
I am
head
ready.
first.
But what does Mudstyles do then? And what is
It's up. Like what do you think they would do?
I guess since I rolled a 13, Mighty. What is Mighty's move? Since I told him to keep watch.
Wait, sorry, say that again?
What is Mighty's moves? Because I know Mudstyles has water gun.
You don't know.
I'm saying that they kept watch, so what would they do in this situation?
You don't know. You have to roll.
I did. 13.
Oh, no, that was for your chaos roll, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was for them to do something in the situation.
Oh, then you're in trouble.
That's what I said. You said it wasn't. Ah, fine.
No, you're not in trouble. Your Pokemon are. I'll just say that. Mighty uses wrap and wraps itself around this opponent.
Well,
But in doing so, he begins to kind of like grab the tail and start to nom on Mighty.
What?
And your Mudstyle, he begins to kind of like pin it down with his foot and in a way suffocate it. But as this is happening, it's Mudstyle.
Oh.
But as this is happening, he is kind of eating, like not nomming down, but like literally, if you can imagine a large enough piece of spaghetti being slurped, that is Mighty right now.
Why are you?
Okay, let's not.
What the fudge is wrong with you? Water gun Mighty.
So here's
Not Mighty,
what I'm going to tell you.
Mudstyles.
No, I got you. So this is what I'm going to tell you. Oh shit, he got a nat 1. He is trying to eat one of your Pokemon, and the other one he has on the floor that is unable to move. Stella is the only one that can do anything right now, and Steven. So Stella, if you want to roll for Steven to do anything, he will. You also have to roll to do something as well.
I should have brought up my dang Onyx.
That might have helped. But what are you gonna do?
I can't do anything.
I
I'm
have
upside down
an
in Britt.
idea, but I hate it. I'm going to bring out Gardevoir.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Okay.
fudge. Please save me and my Pokemon.
Please do. Go ahead. I wish to see this.
And bear with me. I'm gonna be like, hey, you see this? You see this Pokemon here? It's a killer. It has literally killed people. Let go of my friend and his Pokemon right now.
I'm gonna just roll for Gardevoir real quick. Gardevoir looks at you and just like a little bit confused, like, and
You're doing great, sweetie.
you're doing great, sweetie. Keep going. I want you to roll intimidation.
Oh lord. Still is the least intimidating person, even though she has a high body count.
That is true.
I annihilated an entire village. You don't want to mess with me.
Oh dang, intimidation's charisma based.
Nat 1.
No.
Ooh, and you got a 19 too, which is great. But
What does the 19 mean?
the 19 is like if they're proficient. But the thing is, if you get a nat anything,
Can I use
nat
a hero point?
You can.
Okay.
So you're gonna re-roll?
Yes, please.
Re-roll. My God, that one.
Gosh.
Like, how worse can it get? Just slurp some
Oh,
more.
thank goodness.
Oh
Okay.
no, it would have eaten. No, it would have eaten Mighty. No.
So he holds Mighty by its neck and pulls it out of his throat and goes. So you're intimidating me with. Wait, how comfortable are you with swears?
Swears are fine.
Okay. So you're intimidating me with a fucking Gardevoir?
A
Those are the
homicidal
weakest. No, those are the weakest, runtiest things ever. Have you ever seen a Ralts? I eat those for breakfast.
one. Well, this isn't a Ralts.
Do you actually eat Pokemon, sir?
Let me see if he hits you. He does. He hits you in the ass. Shut up.
Stop trying to
Get
flirt
in
with
there. Get in the bread.
me. Stop flirting with me, sir. I do not like to be my ass to be slapped.
Hits harder.
Does the Gardevoir know it's being insulted?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's a good question.
It actually.
Stella, I'm gonna ask you to roll an insight, but it won't have any negative effects. It won't.
Inside.
I'm embarrassed how long I was muted and didn't realize it.
Oh, buddy.
Aw, bud.
Oh my goodness.
Can I use my hero point for Gardevoir's insight?
It would be a 14. No,
I
you're
haven't-
good. It doesn't need it. It
have
would
a
be a
hero point for
14. It doesn't have a negative, so. And it would be actually proficient in it. The Gardevoir does know that it's being insulted right now, and it looks at Stella, and it points at the trainer. It doesn't say
nod.
anything.
I'm gonna
You know-
nod. Yeah.
yes.
This
I
is
need you
Stella's
to-
villain arc.
I need you to beat my roll real quick.
This is straight D20.
Just a D20, but you do get a +1.
Oh my god!
Oh, +1. Can I?
It would
can
be
I-
a meats beast! Oh god!
Wait. Can I use
Meets
my hero
beats.
point for Stella?
Meets beats.
You can, but all Stella needed to
She
do
already
would
beat him.
meet. Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I'm good. I'm
Oh,
good.
so she's good. Okay.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, God.
So I'm gonna tell you, Gardevoir pushes open this little push door, and then it shuts,
Oh no.
and all of a
Boss,
sudden,
close your eyes.
Boss
I
can't see
wanna-
anything.
I'm in bread. What are you talking about? My ass.
Steven-
He's trying to flirt with me right now while eating my
Bread.
Pokemon.
Steven and you have your eyes covered with bags right now, and all of a sudden you see and hear evisceration. I don't even you just see blood hit the paper bags. You hear, oh my god! Oh, my arms! My legs!
It's kind of like that
And
skit
just-
from Monty Python where the fat guy eats until he
Oh
explodes.
god. Yeah,
You know-
Mr. Creosote.
You are kind of right, actually. And then Gardevoir comes back and pushes open the little door well here, and then proceeds to take off both of your little hats that it gave you, even though they're bags,
I
and then
appreciate it.
puts them gently on the ground and goes, Gardevoir.
We're gonna have a talk about this, but thank you, because that felt like it was gonna go south real quick. Not that that didn't go south, but it went south in our favor.
Gardevoir
And now we have a
proceeds,
bakery.
Gardevoir proceeds to point at your pocket.
Oh, I give it a poffin.
I want you to do a D100 real quick.
I'm so scared.
This
Give
is
it
just
two
for
poppins.
how good it
Oh
is.
no!
It tastes like shit! It's a shit pop! It throws it to the ground and goes, Poffin! It actually says Poffin to you and it goes, Poffin!
Point to the poffins on the counter.
Yeah, take whatever you want from there. I'm sure it's much better than the ones I've had in my pocket for a week.
It literally nudges you with its shoulder and just grabs anything at once.
Yeah.
And eats. And
Yep.
sits on the floor.
Yep. How did I roll 1 on a D100?
Oh god.
Can you try
By the way,
over, Vigor?
I'm just gonna tell you, literally everything that is edible right now is now the Gardevoirs. Do not touch anything.
Nope.
It is
Yeah.
its property.
Boss, you okay over there?
Please turn me over, Vigor.
You are currently in there. You have to get out of.
Fine.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, get out of
roll
there.
athletics.
What the fudge
No,
do I
roll
why
athletics.
I don't like you right now.
Are you athletic enough?
I have -1 to
It's
athleticism.
gonna knock the barrel over.
Hey, there you go. You got a 13. So you managed to fall over, and you feel fine. But
Can my Pokemon a hug, please? I'm like so glad that they're okay, especially since Mighty got almost eaten.
yeah, of course. And Mighty is basically tears right now, just in tears.
I'm so
And
cringy.
yeah, your mud slap is like.
Oh my goodness. Okay, let's see. I'm sorry for that, but at least we don't have to pay for it, right, guys?
Yeah, but we have to clean up this mess.
Oh yeah, you know what? I forgot about that.
Why do I
Here's
have a
the
point in
other
religion?
part.
Oh, that's intelligence.
There is.
Can
Yeah,
I?
I'm sure.
Is there like a Let's see. I guess I'll just do a chaos roll again then. Alright then, chaos roll for D2.
For what?
Alright, I said a chaos roll for D20.
For what?
Oh, finding cleaning supplies.
Oh.
You have a
is
water
not-
type Pokemon.
Yeah,
I have a
you
water
do.
type Pokemon, but I still would like something to wash it off. Because blood
Yeah, you can-
stains.
You can do that after. Currently, it's Stella's turn, but
Oh, okay. Wait, I thought
No
it was,
worries.
I thought
I'm
that-
gonna get as Gardevoir is munching on whatever the heck it wants. I'm gonna take Haluva out of its Pokeball.
my boyfriend still like blames me for that because I have literally ingrained it in his head on accident. And I know their newest episode just came out, and I did email them. By the way, their agent is really nice. Fun fact. Fucking nice lady. Anywho, I love that you named your Pokemon Haluva.
So I take Haluva out of the Pokeball, and I'm assuming she knows some sort of water burst or water jet, and kind of like ask her to rinse the blood off of the floors and walls.
Can you do animal handling for me?
Yeah, for sure.
You're proficient in it, right, though? Let me see.
Yes, I am.
I thought so. So it knows exactly what you're saying, and it proceeds to wash your hands first, and then
Thank you.
Steven's, and then it goes over to the Gardevoir and literally rinses it off, and the Gardevoir just looks at Haluva,
It's cool. It's cool.
and then it proceeds to go and wash literally everything off. And after it's done, you notice that Haluva has a few items for you. But I will say this. Haluva looks really tired.
Okay.
Like really, really like eh.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, in
a
the back.
lot.
Do you want to have those rolls for what items it gives you?
Sure, I'm gonna give her a pat on the head, and what rolls do I need to do?
3d20s.
3d20s, okay.
If you get a nat 20, you get a d100 roll. Oh,
17,
close.
8, 17.
So I'm going to tell you this. The 8 is a finger.
Ew!
Gave you the finger.
Hey, boom.
Now, as for the others, you have what is known as a poke collar, and it's a tracking. Oh, can you hear me now?
Yep, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, it's probably because I'm in the storm right now. So you have one item that is a poke collar, and it can track Pokemon all over the world. And it is basically only used for legendary Pokemon. And then you have what is essentially a poke toy, but there's something off about it. Noise. That was not me. That was not me.
I know. I'd know that burp anywhere after editing hundreds of them out of our D&D podcast.
Damn. I feel like that would be me if I was.
Anywho, yes, poke toy, unusual, something weird.
Yeah. It's essentially an egg with a little poofy thing on it. But it doesn't seem exactly like a poke toy.
Okay. Strange.
Mm-hmm. You could put strange poke toy in your
Yeah,
inventory.
just put poke toy unusual.
Yeah. What else would you like to do to end off your little charade? I was going to say Shavaxi, but I was like, no, that's a person.
I'm gonna put Haluva back in their Pokeball so they can rest.
Mm-hmm.
And try to have one more interaction with the Gardevoir to like make sure we're cool.
Okay. What do you want to say to it?
Thank you.
Thank you, but I don't want to make that a regular thing. Are you happy overall?
I'll give you a +3 to this. I just need you to roll animal handling.
Okay, +3.
On that one.
Ooh, but the 15! But the 15!
On that one.
But the 15!
+3.
Plus-
A nat 1.
Does a +3 kick it over to the
Mm-mm.
a
advantage
nat 1's
side?
a nat 1.
Yeah. So,
Can we please just use the 15?
Can I use my hero point to make it 15?
nope. It can't be used for another individual's.
I'm looking to see if I have another hero point.
You do.
Can I use my hero point? Because I
Nope.
don't want to die.
Nope. Because you can
Why?
only use a hero point once
Oh no.
every
Okay.
every
Fine.
game.
You're right, it's once per session.
Yeah. So your Gardevoir grabs you by your jacket.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna ask chat. I could turn this super bad, or
Help
I could
me,
turn
chat. Help me, chat.
I could turn it somewhat good. And I'm gonna rely on chat right now.
What do you want chat to do?
I want chat to just roll for a d20. Whoever is the first to roll. Oh, it's boss. Is a 13. So it won't be horrible, but it is gonna be horrible.
Oh no. Okay.
Steven is like right in between you two,
Oh,
and then all of a sudden the Gardevoir throws
oh geez.
Steven down to the ground,
No.
grabs you by your shirt, literally lifts you up, and looks you in the eyes. And it goes, Gardevoir. Now, I need you to roll a d10.
I'm so scared. Hey!
Oh. You managed to block its psychic attacks perfectly.
Put
But what happens
me
instead?
down.
It does put you down,
Okay.
but it holds on to your arm,
Mm-hmm.
and a single tear comes down the Gardevoir's eye.
Oh gosh.
And it just goes, Gar.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm giving it a hug.
it holds you,
Mhm.
and then it lets go, and it destroys the entire shelf to your front, technically.
So like just like eating everything, or like smashes it.
No,
Oh,
like
it's
a
gone.
black hole just took it all. And
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you this. Your Gardevoir begins to destroy things every now and again without its... How do I say this?
Unintentionally, or
Yeah, it's unintentional. But without its knowing.
oh,
Like,
okay.
it doesn't even realize that it just did that.
How strong is this Gardevoir?
You don't want to know. You
Yeah.
weren't
Goodness.
supposed
I mean,
to
it's-
actually have it. That's
It's
the horrible
killed
part.
2 people.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like gently, like as it releases him from that hug, turn it to show that show the shelves. Like, we'll work on this. It's not, I'm not mad. Feels like we have some stuff to work on, but we don't have to do that right now. Enjoy all the cakes and pies you want.
It crawls into like a kind of like fetal position, and it just holds a pie like with one hand. You won't be able to use the Gardevoir very much for a
Mhm.
while.
That's
I'm just going
fine.
to tell you that.
That's fine.
And it won't go in its Pokeball. I
That's-
should also mention that.
Also fine.
Okay.
It has some
Um,
stuff to work out.
You have a negative trait. It's not really your negative trait, but it kind of leads into you because you're the Pokemon trainer.
Yeah. Homicidal.
Well, no, I mean that is the Gardevoir. Like, that is what it is.
No,
But-
I literally put a hit out on that guy.
Yeah, no, that's true. You did actually ask it too. Just put black hole
no.
effect
'Cause
in
it-
personal traits.
I'm gonna do that, but it did. I gave it permission to. I didn't actually instruct it to. I took it out of the ball. It heard the insults, and I gave it permission to attack.
You're becoming darker.
I'm probably less on the good side, more towards neutral now.
Hello, Anakin Skywalker.
Oh yeah, this is totally my villain arc. Where do you want me to put the black hole trait? Where are traits?
Personal trait.
There we go.
Now, this is an effect that can actually translate into any Pokemon you catch from now on. If you have the Pokemon in your party right now, it won't have it. The only one that has it is Gardevoir. And what basically this means is it feels as if there's something missing within its heart. Like, it's just, there's something wrong. And it doesn't understand.
Okay,
It's not you,
it's not.
it's the dice.
Yeah. That was a heck of a turn. Okay.
I was about to make Steven lose a hand. Good
No.
thing boss rolled. Yep.
Oh gosh, I need to make sure Steven's okay, but that'll be later.
Oh yeah, no, he's good. Now it is, I believe, the boss's turn.
Mm-hmm.
I like through that whole debacle, I kind of forgot that wasn't my turn.
I did too.
I'm like, he just grabbed me. He's like, yoink. Oh. Okay. What's going on with me? I'm just in the corner, holding Mighty and holding Mudstyles.
I'm gonna tell you, Mighty has shell shock.
Oh, buddy.
I'm sorry for putting you guys in that situation. I didn't know.
If someone was recording, he would be in Vor.
Oh my
Oh,
goodness! No! Oh my goodness! It's gonna be like someone does like an animation, just like in Pornhub.
Oh god.
It's so scary.
It's called Pokehub. Get it right.
Oh god.
Oh. Anyway.
That would be
Okay,
a
would you
weird thing, actually.
Would you guys like to Would you guys like to go back in your Pokeballs, or would you like to stay outside?
Let's see what they do. I'll just roll for them real quick. Yeah, they both want to go in their Pokeballs. They're like, it's safe! It's safe in the Pokeball!
Okay, give them both a kiss on the head and now return them. Yeah. Okay, so what is the state of the shop right now? Bakery right now.
A whole wall's shelf and like all the items there are missing. This Gardevoir has claimed every bit of food in there right now. And there's no more blood, but it is still very spoopy.
Very spooky?
Yeah.
Check.
Like, literally what just happened is very spoopy.
Yeah, fair enough. I want to have Burries out with me.
Okay, what do you want to do with him?
Just moral support.
Oh.
Fair. Understandable.
I'm gonna go upstairs and check it out.
Okay.
I can't believe I.
You what?
Can't believe he tried to eat. He tried to turn me into bread. He didn't even try to attack me. He just wanted me in the bread and then smacked my ass twice.
Hit you harder.
Why?
You see this little area? This is the attic. Like, just the attic, really.
Okay. So there's no, like, upper floor.
Kind of, but it's not really... It's kind of like a... How do I say this? It leads... Like, it's just stairs. Like, it's just stairs. And then it leads all the way to the attic, which is this.
So there's, like, no, like, room for people to, like, sleep in or whatever?
That is the adjacent room.
The adjacent? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I find. What do I find in this room from looking around?
No, sorry. The adjacent room is on the first floor. This is just the top floor, basically.
Still.
In this room, there's a bunch of food. There's a cute little stove/oven that it looks like it was made for a kid, and it was in use not too long ago.
Huh. I guess perception check to see what... Well, I guess I don't really need a perception check since I'm assuming we're gonna be in here for a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
Roll perception check.
Sure, let's see.
There's a dead body in the oven. No, I'm joking.
I swear.
Oh, no!
I swear.
No.
I freaking swear.
I'll give you this one.
Okay.
So you see blood trail leading out the window, like someone cut their arm on the window. That's all you can tell. But in this room itself, it kind of looks like a miniature, like, bakery, like just a mini bakery.
Can I bring out Asswoop and use my Pokedex on him to see what his moves are?
On who?
Asswoop.
Oh, I forgot about him. Sure.
Speaking of which, we forgot that I got an egg. What's the deal?
No, I remember.
Oh, okay. Okay, bring him out, and then I guess use my Pokedex on him.
So it basically just says, Wooper, a water ground type Pokemon. Or, actually, no, it's just a water type, I think, right now.
Oh, yeah, ground type when I get evolves, yeah.
Yeah, and it says that it dawdles a lot in the rivers, but loves to kind of like meet new Pokemon and trainers.
It doesn't tell us
That's all
moves that it knows?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay, give Asswoop a pat on the head, and then return him, go downstairs. Berries are still with me, right?
They are all with you, yeah?
Yeah,
I
okay.
can delete that for
Actually,
you.
I should ask Berries, what do you sense in here? In this not in this house or whatever, in this bakery.
Oh, so like when you're downstairs?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So roll a d20.
13 again.
What?
13 again.
Oh. Interesting. Burries doesn't really sense much, but when he looks at like this area, he senses something bad. Like he just doesn't like it. He goes, "This is," like he shivers.
Okay. Thank you, Mimikyu. Alright guys, I think we have a bit of cleaning up to do. I guess something bad happened here. There's a lot of blood everywhere. There's even blood upstairs.
There's no more blood on the floor here, but
Yeah, but
like
there's blood upstairs too.
yeah, but it's only at the windowsill. Like when something tried leaving, it kind of got cut.
So the window's broken too?
No, more like the latch kind of caught on something.
Oh, so it's not like someone left in a struggle or whatever?
No, not like that.
Okay.
Jeez, boss, why is your mind so savage over there? Just so mean and crazy, no?
I don't know. Maybe just because we just had an evisceration happen and then also a decapitation. Also, an entire village blew up?
I wouldn't say it was a decapitation.
Did his head get eviscerated too?
No, it was much worse.
Oh. Okay. Anyway. Looks like we got a lot of work to do around here. So, what do you guys want to do? I'll help out with anything you guys need me to do.
Are you asking Stella and Steven?
Yeah.
Steven doesn't know what you're talking about.
I can't sign. We already rolled for that.
Yeah, he can barely read lips. We remember that from last game. What about you, Stella? What do you want boss to do?
Is there a body that needs to be gotten rid of?
No, there's blood outside and a little bit on the windowsill up there. But other than that, I think we just probably need to clean up a bit, set up stuff. Every sweet and baked good here probably has to go in a little area for Gardevoir to eat, right?
Yeah, I'm just gonna let her handle that in her own way, in her own time. I'm not touching any of that.
Okay. Why don't you teach me some baking skills after a while?
Yeah,
too?
for sure. You, me, and Steven will all get in the kitchen once we're all cleaned up and everything, and we'll show you the ropes.
Okay, cool. I still haven't checked out the bedroom. Do you want to help me? You want to welcome me to the bedroom then, or do you want to keep an eye on Gardevoir there?
I'm gonna keep an eye on her. You go ahead and check it out. Let me know if you find anything interesting.
All right.
So you want to go to the adjacent room now?
Yes, the adjacent room. I'm exploring.
This is where things get quote-unquote interesting.
Why? What does this room have to do with anything?
Nothing. What are you talking about?
He is loading the room. Mimikyu's on my shoulder. Oh my goodness. Berries, stay close to me. Oh, the music changed to something, sinister.
You see a really pretty environment here. Like, literally, it is a gorgeous set of rooms. And your Burries doesn't know what to feel. It feels off to Burries. I'll just say that.
It feels off in here.
To Burries.
Does this... It feels off. If it feels off, does it like, can you tell me... I'm gonna roll then, I guess. Roll G20.
Okay.
Could you tell me...
What are you rolling for?
Tell me, what's with all the 13s?
You just love 13. It's your lucky number.
It's spooky.
Okay, go ahead.
It's for Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay,
spooky
so
number.
it may be hard to describe, but go ahead and try to tell me off the top of your mind what could be going on here.
Are you trying to ask Burries?
Yes.
Burries just shrugs at you. Doesn't even know.
Doesn't even know. Okay. So so it's like a nice little area. How many bedrooms are here?
Probably about 4 that you can see. There is literally like a little bar and like kitchen below, but up above that, like the little area it goes up to, it's just like 2 really nice beds, and then there's like another room behind that that goes to another 2 sets.
Okay. Okay.
You rolled the nice beds.
I guess we did. But the guy killed. In my mind, the guy killed to get these kind of rooms. So I'm assuming this has something to do with one of the teams, since we know Team Rocket and Team Toxic are a thing. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched to expect them to come back here, or seeing stuff. So
Oh, no.
yeah. So especially since with how nice this is, people don't really treat them too highly or mighty unless it was catered to those teams or whatever, or whoever's the top dog, you know what I mean?
Yeah, fair enough.
But this is ours now, so we're gonna have to protect it for a little bit. So I guess perception check to see what's around here first.
All right. This is your last perception check.
Nice. Okay.
If you get a 13, I'll give you a god Pokemon.
I swear if I get a 13.
You are close.
Oh my
goodness. God.
That's
Damn.
so funny.
Give him a legendary.
No, I don't need to find a legendary.
Pseudo-legendary. No, there's something. And you notice there's like this thumbing at your feet. You don't know exactly what it is.
What's a
but
thumbing?
There's like a... But, I will be right back. I just have to deliver some candy, and I will be right back in, like, say, 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm using Mimikyu as trying to feel around the area, because so far they've been giving me everything.
That's a really good idea.
Well, because Mimikyu's like a ghost type, so they would like have more of a spiritual sense for that kind of thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Mimikyu doesn't know what to feel about any of this, especially since someone killed to get in here. So we might have to watch our backs in here.
Panicked. That was the only thing I could think to do to save you and your Pokemon in that moment.
You saved my life, so thank you.
But that's 2 kills in as many episodes.
Also, I just learned, so that one hero point we can use every game we have?
No, once you use it, it's expended, but you can only use 1 per session. I had 2, so I used 1, and I can only use 1 in a game.
I see what you're saying. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
So it doesn't regenerate unless Vaegir gives you another one.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's balanced.
That is balanced. Okay. But this is a nice little area.
It's really swanky, but that does make me feel like someone's gonna check in on it.
Yeah, either that or the people that were gonna check on it are dead.
You guys are Team Toxic members now?
Yeah, totally. Or whatever the team is for this city.
So honestly, I think we just need to kind of like clean up the area.
Yeah.
And then while Phoenix gets ready for guerrilla warfare.
We are on episode 7 of this game, and it has gone so violent so quick.
Honestly, though.
Grimes, give me a D100. Oh dear.
I feel like I could trade you like several or any Pokemon for Gardevoir.
So I set up the chat's roll for D100 if you want to roll them there. I don't know how D20 roll 20 does it, or if it's rigged or not. So you could do it in chat because I made that one. Was that bigger?
Yeah, Stella has not given Gardevoir any of that white powder.
Yeah, that's what I was intending. That's why I wanted something calming for the Pokemon, but I don't really want to give it drugs when it's in this delicate of a state.
Just drug.
I mean, it could be a good drug. You don't know.
Yeah, I just need some Pokemon Zoloft. Like, is there a
Fine.
pharmacy?
Maybe that white powder is Pokemon Zoloft.
Or maybe it's cocaine.
Vigor did ask you to give him a D100 though. Vidge.
Grimes, yeah.
Yeah, Grimes.
Where it's not in roll 20.
He said it in the Twitch chat.
Oh.
And said, Phoenix, make sure you're ready to fight or flight.
1D100 or 1D20?
So just roll
100.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Hello.
So I don't watch the Twitch, so I won't see
No,
commands
you're
in
good.
there.
You're good.
31.
Oh yeah.
Roll for stealth check real quick.
Oh boy.
This is just for after.
Oh yeah,
After
solid
Phoenix.
-4.
Oh,
You got a
A 1, but not a nat 1.
They got like a.
Oh,
they got like
God.
a
31.
It
Okay.
wasn't a nat one, right? It
This-
wasn't a nat one.
This gives me a lot of thought. I just gave one of my neighbors a choco bar, and his kid got a brownie and some really nice Kit Kats. But
Was he in
I'm
costume?
just the kid. Yeah, he was. He was a scarecrow.
Aw.
Well, actually, no. Wait a minute. He was like a skeleton scarecrow. What am I talking about? But yeah, it was really cute. His dad though, he was basically a lumberjack, and like that is literally what he goes to work in every day. So I was like, "What are you?" And he's like, "I'm a lumberjack." I miss working for the lumber mill. Well, actually, no, I don't, because it was always really bad. Anyways, I miss the physical activity. I will say this though. Vidge, you gave me a lot to think about for what is to come for you. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
Phoenix, though, it is your turn, and I am also going to say I am sorry ahead of time.
I'd be sorry for Team Rocket too, because I was waiting for them to approach, and now they've approached.
They're probably about here.
How many murders can we fit into one episode?
They're all on the bridge, basically, like right after the bridge. It is all up to you, good sir. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna hide? Are you gonna fight? Or are you gonna flee?
Well, at this point, prior to the training session, I had taught and set my Pokemon in ambush position.
Okay.
So these 3 Team Rocket people, I'm assuming. Do you want me to roll for it?
What are you gonna try? Ambush?
I mean, it is. This is as
You can do a
classic
stealth check.
ambush as you can get, but
You can do a
they have
stealth check.
they have walked into a hard ambush.
Yeah.
This is a situation where we've been ready for hours, and they're just walking out searching.
Just roll me a stealth check, and I'll give you +1. If you get a nat 1, though.
Fucking stealth check.
So you got a 9. They notice you.
Do they notice my Pokemon that are laying an ambush?
You know what? I'll roll
Because-
for them.
My Pokemon are not all around me. My Pokemon are scattered around the area. And areas I've designated to ambush trainers.
So I know you have 3 Pokemon out right now. Where are your 2? The one of
No,
them
I've
you
got-
don't know where he is.
I've got all my Pokemon out right now.
Oh, you want to have them all out?
They were. They were all out. It was a training session.
But you put them in your Pokeball, I remember.
No. Nope. They were all out. We were actively training together as a group.
You know what? I'll let you have that. But where are you going to position them?
Turdy was on the very edge of the bridge in a bush.
Okay.
Let's see. Specialist Bull, he was on the south edge, just past Turdy, hiding among the rocks.
You can put them on the map if you'd like.
Alright, 1 second.
No worries. I'm gonna eat more chocolate. I'm not gonna lie, I'm addicted to chocolate.
Oh, that's Cloister. Come on. Click and drag. There we go.
I'm gonna say probably all of your Pokemon are seen. But only Turtwig was the one not seen.
Damn it. That's supposed to be Quagsire.
Good.
Yeah, I'm trying to drag all my Pokemon out. I had them scattered out in a tactical position because I was expecting Team Rocket to show up.
So, I'm going to tell you all of your Pokemon but Turtwig are the only ones, or are visible. They're all visible but Turtwig. What do you plan on doing right now?
Turtwig was supposed to ambush one of the enemy combatants in the middle, using Vine Whip to bind and drag them away from the fight. Basically, their arms and mouth are bound by vines with his Vine Whip.
Okay.
The others were, in position expecting combat.
Okay.
So basically, once they crossed the threshold of the bridge, Turdy fucking ambushed the middle attacker, and the others, basically moved to incapacitate incoming attackers.
I want you to roll for Turtwig then. Just a standard D20, and I'll give him a +1 for attacking since he is hidden. Oh, you got a nat 20.
Woo.
Turtwig manages to drag her down, all the way down the mountain, and she lands on kind of like a bush, and he uses Vine Whip against her, and she's just like being slapped against a bush right now.
She's completely bound. That was his mission objective, was to bind, control, and incapacitate the attacker.
Yeah,
So
I'm gonna say like she probably is like a little bound, but she's being slapped with a Vine Whip and she's conscious.
Okay.
What would you do with all of these Pokemon then? Are they going to be trying to attack individuals, or are they going to be just kind of like dodging attacks and trying to distract?
The majority of the Pokemon in that area are distracting the upper left Pokemon trainer. And I am charging in along with Goose to tackle and incapacitate the trainer in the front.
Okay. I'm gonna say roll for attacking, and then roll 1d20 for distraction, and I'll give you +2 for the distraction.
What do you want me to roll for attacking?
Since it's you, do a strength check. Also, for anyone who wants a really good song, I'm posting it in general. It's a Halloween song.
Strength and what else was it?
The other ones would just be straight D20, like just 2 D20s.
Do you want me to play
Okay.
it in...
Or no, just one, I'm
Right.
sorry. Wait, what?
Do you want me to play This Is Halloween in the stream?
No. You're good.
Okay.
I'm going to
That's
use
just
my
for you
hero
guys.
point on that 20.
Okay. You get one more chance.
Fuck you.
They do not manage to distract. They actually incapacitate each other.
Each
And-
other? How?
They run into each other. Now, I'm going to be pulling out some of their Pokemon. You did manage to tackle one of them. And I'm guessing you were going after this guy?
Yep.
Okay. You managed to tackle him to the ground. He's not incapacitated. He's basically unable to move, though. What would you like to do?
I see you came out to surrender. I am so glad to meet you. This is fantastic. I really didn't want to break any more spines. That was bad. I'm sorry about that, but I'm glad you came out to surrender. That's fantastic. Nice to meet you. I'm Kenton Driggs.
And he basically goes, breaking spines? What are you talking about? And he looks at you and is just like
Bend his arms
terrified.
back a little bit further.
And he's in pain. He goes, please, what are you? No, stop. We're just here to search for someone.
Oh goodness, I am so sorry. I thought you were coming after me. Should I not have my Pokemon attack your companion?
And he looks at you and says, no, like, what? What are you doing?
Okay, jeez, I am so sorry. I'm gonna keep him very pinned to the ground, like maximum strength. He can't move at all. But I'm gonna look to his companion. It's like, I'm so sorry. I thought you were attacking. Are you okay?
And she looks at you and is like, you fucking scum. We know what you did. And the guy under you is basically like, shut up, Kelsey.
I'm going to twist his wrist a little bit further, slightly past what it should be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say, Kelsey, be nice.
She does not care. And she says, Snorlax, use Body Slam. And Snorlax really fails at using Body Slam on you. And misses completely.
I'm going to call out to Artie
Mm-hmm.
and also I believe that's Skarmory. Artie, Skarmy.
Skarmory is now a little bit. He's not able to take the phone right now.
Okay, he's distracted or
He's kind of knocked out.
really?
Yeah, Articuno's head is kind of thick.
Oh. All right, Artie. She's being a problem.
Quack.
Calm her down. Sergeant Quag, help out. I'm gonna call
Wait,
out
which one's Artie? Actually, I'm so sorry.
Artie is Articuno.
Artie is also a little bit unable to take the message right now. You know.
Oh, okay. Sergeant Quag, calm her down the hard way.
Give me an animal handling skill. He
Quagsire
basically puts his flippers against her and goes, quack.
Can I use my hero point there?
You already
exactly
did.
what he did to the
Oh, I
log.
I'm also gonna call him Ball-tuned.
All right. Roll animal handling check. This is your time to shine. Boltoon just comes over and sniffs the lady. Just
He's like comes over. He's like, play with me, play with me.
ball.
Oh my
He
goodness.
just comes over and tries to play with her as hard as human or Pokemonly possible.
Yeah. You are currently at a stalemate with her. Everyone else, you kind of you did good. You did good. Next, we do have. Oops, there we go. Grimes. Oops, wrong place. Grimes.
Hello. Can you hear me?
You have.
Oh.
Yeah, I hear you. Sorry. You have a specific. No, I took a deep breath. You have a specific person leaving the transportation wagon, and they're essentially just. Have you ever seen those like mob movies and they just walk in such a way that is just so fucking badass that you just like, oh damn.
Yeah.
That is what you see right now, and this is who you see.
Hello there, Mr. Fedora.
And he walks up the stairs and he scoots you over and basically grabs the Houndoom's lower jaw and says, "Foo-foo. Now what are you doing here?" And he looks at you and says, "Why, hello."
Hey, just returning this Houndoom here. And, like, gives a really nervous thumbs up.
And he says, "Returning? Ah, if I didn't know any better, I'd think you were trying to steal my foo-foo."
Nah, I ain't in the business of stealing. I'm too lazy for that. And like, look at my legs. And like, points to their like very, I'm sure still bruised and off-looking legs.
Yep. And he does look at your legs and he's like, "Ah, well, I must say, when I saw you on the cameras, it was very interesting. And then to get this call and see you here."
She's not. Grimes does not say that out loud, but
No, I get you. So what do you say to him?
Grimes gonna scratch the back of their head and be like, "Yeah, but like, I hope there's not an issue here, cause like, I'm tired, and it would look bad if like some random crippled teenager took out some of like the bad guys, and we can just call it here.
And he's gonna take that as a threat.
Valid.
Oh damn. Roll a strength check against me real quick.
Please tell me Grimes is strong. No, this isn't my monk. 17 close. I was almost there.
So close.
I'm gonna tell you this. You are able to use that hero point as a +1, I told you. Or you can use it like as a reroll.
Well, you +1 to at least meet beats.
He uses his cane to push you off the edge, and you manage to swipe it. And Fufu manages to grab the end of the cane and go, and he goes, "Aw, it seems that you have even made my dear Fufu turncoat." And he looks you dead in the eyes and says, "I won't forget this, young trainer. And if you ever step foot in any of my facilities again, I will bury you and each and every one of your Pokemon. Do I make myself clear?"
Clear as day. Grimes gives another like super awkward thumbs up, like, please leave.
And he basically just struts down the stairs, and he goes, "Fufu, come." And I need you to roll for Fufu right now.
Cool. What am I rolling?
So this is actually up to you. You do have animal handling at your disposal if you want to so use it. Again, though, you don't have to use animal handling. You could use just a straight D20, or you can use persuasion.
I am proficient in persuasion, so I'm gonna try that. 18.
He looks up at you, and then he looks up at Fufu, and he's like, "Fufu, come!" And he yells, and Fufu doesn't come. Fufu leans on you, and you hear a slight cough come from him. He goes, and a little fireball comes out of his mouth. And he looks up at both of you and says, "You silly dog." And he gets into his little carriage and flies off with the other 15 Corvo Knights? Corvo Knights?
Yeah.
There we go. I can't even say that. And you have one person behind you that is literally mouth dropping right now at this moment and goes, "Oh shit, what have you done?"
I ask myself that every day.
She's just like jaw dropped like right now. She's literally like, "Oh god damn, what did I get myself into?"
I'm just gonna be like, well, this is settled, so I'm gonna leave your little festivities. And like finger gun as he like backs away with Fufu.
She's gonna wave at you, just like, "Yeah, bye. Good luck." Where would you like to go now?
If B is not immediately around, probably to like the Poke Center or some kind of like housing, sleeping, apartment thing.
Fair enough.
Hotel, that's what they're called. Christ.
Fair enough. I'm gonna do something that is a little cheapsy doodle. Be a probably, and I'm just gonna say probably, I'm not gonna roll for it. Notice all the Corviknights. There we go,
Got
say it
it.
right. For once I'm okay, yeah! and like literally sprinted to the bridge and was like, "What'd I miss?" And your little Fufu is just gonna be following from now on. Do you want him in the Pokeball or do you want him to follow?
Put him in the Pokeball. He seems a little weak, so I want him to rest.
Yeah, fair enough. And Bia's literally waiting on the bridge just for you, like freaking out, like, "Oh my fucking god!"
Like, hey, I don't know. And Grimes is just gonna shrug at this point and be like, I think I pissed off somebody important.
And she's like, "Somebody? That's fucking Giovanni. That is literally the worst person to piss off. You go bumping the night, guess what? He's the one bumping.
Is he gonna bump me?
He's gonna bump you so bad that you're in the ground for 17 years and then they find you and you're gonna be bumped so bad they won't even know who you are. That kind of bump."
Hot, I'm gonna bump him first.
Oh god.
You're all murderers.
My goodness, this whole arc. Oh no.
Grimes is gonna be like, so well, we know who the big baddie is, and I have his dog.
His dog?
It's a good thing, right?
No.
There's legends about that dog. It used to eat people.
His name's Fufu. He's really nice.
I mean, he was really nice when I got to meet him for a little bit, but oh my god! But she's like, "What now? What do we need to do? Like, what do you need? What do I need? Oh god!"
Alcohol, sleep.
Alcohol, sleep. Oh, I have some friends near here. They own a little shop. Well, not a shop, but it was part of the resistance a while back, and they were doing a lot of research for some proactive groups. I can bring you there. They also have a really nice bakery.
Yeah, I'm down. Food sounds good.
This is where things will get interesting. I'm just gonna move you guys. Woo! Woo!
I walk in such a good path.
You're just like, your legs are quivering, not just because they're broken, but because you're scared. No. Here we go. Let's get this going. Where are you? I'm just gonna tell you, the moment you get in, you literally see a Gardevoir, like, it looks like it's having an existential crisis, and you see a fucking black hole, basically. It's not even like a black hole, it's just like there was a black hole there. It looks like it tore apart part of the wall. And let me just get Bia back in here. And Bia, oh, did it not work? Bia, there we go, joins you, and she comes in and is like, "Who are you?" And she's staring at Stella and Boss.
Grimes! Hi! Oh my gosh, what are you doing here?
Grimes, nice to see you. What happened? Oh yeah, what happened after that whole fall? I've been so worried about you. Run up to
Yeah.
Grimes. Run up to Grimes. I'm under Gardevoir. I
Oh, no.
deleted myself.
There you go,
run
fine.
directly into Gardevoir.
Directly into the quivering Gardevoir, yes.
Oh.
I'm right in front of Bia. Hold on, I gotta get to Grimes. Here we go.
You guys also getting bakery goods?
This is ours now, I think.
Yeah, the other shopkeeper killed people, so we killed them. Or at least Gardevoir did.
Yeah.
Grimes is gonna look over at this quivering Gardevoir and be like, sure.
Boss, just so you know, you are
don't
now
worry about
you're manhandled by Bia right now.
Why am I being manhandled by Bia? What did I do to you?
She grabs you with both hands and throws you about, saying, "What do you mean they were killed?"
Bia, drop it.
I'm not an it.
I need you to roll a d10, boss.
Please, no.
Damn. Okay, well that's okay. You get smacked across like the doorwell, and you're fine. You just hurt for a second, like your ankle or your cankle. Your cankle hurts for a moment. But Bia drops you after Grimes is like, "Hey, calm down." No, bad Bia.
Okay, Grimes, you actually know what happened, right? I mean, not Grimes, Veg, you actually know what happened, right? So I'm just gonna like explain what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't actually have to say it right now again.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Okay.
And
Like, stay between those two is he's explaining and like reiterate like, hey, they're cool, like they cleaned up, they didn't do the murder.
And then
when you say that, Bia looks like just at the Gardevoir and says, "Yeah, you didn't murder. Okay."
Why are you now? Everybody's just thinking it's me. Okay.
No, I said the Gardevoir. It looks at the Gardevoir.
The
Grimes would be like,
Gardevoir's been through some stuff, so we're
We all have.
lower tensions. Let's just eat some baked goods. Maybe
Nope.
drink a little.
No, not the
Bia just like goes towards the table.
No. We'll make you some. We'll make you some.
Yeah, I can make some snickerdoodles. Everything will be fine.
Don't worry about the stuff that's already made.
Yep, that's already been claimed.
Gardevoir growls.
Nope. Maybe not have baked goods. Maybe there's just alcohol.
Bia does mention though, like she has to go into the back room and would like to make sure something is still active, if that's okay with you guys. She goes like,
Yes.
"Hey, like I understand this is yours. I just need to check on something, making sure nothing bad happened. Is that okay?"
Sure, before that, my name's Stella. What's your name?
No introduction.
She bows at you and goes, "Oh, I'm Bia. It is lovely to meet you." And she puts her hand out to Steven and is like, "Hi, I'm Bia. What's yours?" And like Steven shakes her hand and just smiles, and she kind of does this like head forward, like, "And your name is?"
That's Steven. He's deaf.
And she's like, "What the fuck's deaf?"
He can't hear at all.
And she then like looks at Steven, then looks at you, then looks at Steven, and is like, "Oh my god, I'm such a fucking idiot. I'm so sorry." And Steven just goes like, No, you're good," with his hands like, "It's okay."
Yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Grimes is gonna nod at Bia, being like, "I'm stupid." They're gonna be like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Same.
So
What happened to you?
I fell
introductions.
through. I explained like I fell through a portal. I broke
Yeah.
my legs. I freed some Pokemon. I pissed off a mob boss. A Giovanni.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Jerome.
That I had like kind of turned my back. That's his uncle, and yeah, he definitely got some bad vibes.
Yeah,
Yeah, he doesn't notice at all. He's just like, "What the fuck?"
But wait, so only Grimes knows it's Giovanni, but we just know him as Gio. Do we make the connection, or?
I absolutely think we would.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
of course, I know I would. Okay.
What about you guys? What happened to you after the portal? And then explanations.
Yeah, explanations ensue. Washed up in a river, met Geo, Druggy Town, and back here.
I raided a town with Phoenix. And Britt, but I don't know where either of them went.
Oh yeah.
Portal or just gone?
Huh? Say it again.
Are they in, like portal or are they just like gone?
Well, Britt kind of exploded into dust, but Phoenix, I don't know where he went.
I need each of you to do a perception check, if that is okay.
It's not.
Of course. Oh crap!
How dare you?
How dare you ask us of this?
14.
Nice.
What did I get? 17?
7?
Or 7 or 17? I can't tell.
Yeah, I don't know how to do just a straight roll.
You gotta change your settings in the sheet.
Yeah, that's all good though.
How do I change the settings on the sheet?
I'll tell you guys after if you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Who is proficient in perception check?
Not me.
Me and Grimes, I guess.
Okay,
I'm
so
not proficient in perception.
yeah,
No
you,
one-
you still got a 14.
Oh, yeah.
So Grimes, you hear a in the adjacent room. Boss, you feel a vibration underneath your feet, and you hear that sound in
But
the
I
adjacent
already-
room.
I should already know what it is because I heard it when I was already in there.
Mm,
just didn't know
you
what to
don't know
do.
what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I would like to check out this noise. Be like, is anyone else hearing this? Just like thud.
I will give this to you if you find it right away. What is out of place? I mean, it's kind of obvious, but like, yeah.
Black
You know, it's
hole,
very
what you
obvious when
doing?
you. Oh, did Grime? Who did that? Ping thing.
The ping?
whatever?
That was Grimes.
Okay.
Black hole.
Now, yeah. I mean, it is obvious, but let me just. Is this the right one? Let me check to make sure.
Oh.
It
Oh
is.
my goodness. Okay.
It leads down to a hidden passageway that leads to this thing.
We have the secret. We have the secret attic we were talking about a while ago.
And
Secret
you-
tunnel.
I mean, like, not attic.
Secret
lab.
tunnel. I want to watch that now.
Through the mountains.
And
Thea, what are you doing?
Bia turns around and like insanely like nervous, just like shit, you scared me. And she puts her hand on the Pokemon and says, "This is our way of getting back at Giovanni." You okay there, boss?
What did I do? What do you mean?
Are
I
you
think
hiccuping?
Phoenix has the hiccups.
Oh, Phoenix. Oh, that was Phoenix. You okay, Phoenix?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okie dokie.
Is that a Pokemon or a machine?
And she goes, "Well, kind of both right now. We're trying to get it to understand us and be on our side, but it is a Pokemon."
Huh. That's terrifying. What do we need to do with that?
Well, long time ago, it was a destructive creature, and I'm not gonna lie, I want to reawaken it, and I want it to go after Giovanni and his gangs. By the way, Stella, are you here?
Yeah, I would have followed them. Well, no, I wouldn't have. I'm keeping an eye on Gardevoir.
Can I have gone with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with her.
So, any questions?
So, what is this whole like downstairs area? Did this thing belong to you and something else? Who did this bakery belong to before?
She is reluctant to say, like, they were like family to me, but they were really good friends, and if they're dead, it doesn't matter anymore. But they were scientists of sorts, but they were geniuses and really good bakers. They had amazing talents, and it just seems that a lot of people seem to go missing, and a lot of people don't know why. And all the speculation is at Giovanni.
I mean, I don't doubt this thing can take out Giovanni, but I feel like this massive thing's gonna take out a lot of other things too.
Not even if it wanted to. It looks destructive regardless of how nice it could be.
Both of you roll persuasion.
Persuasion.
Finally.
Yeah.
Blah,
Hope you get a
persuasion.
15. Oh wow, you
24.
you don't even need it. Okay.
Persuasion.
Um,
Oh, did I? So I don't need my roll. You don't need.
No,
my
you're both
roll.
good. You
Oh,
Those
look
are
at me,
actually
both
pretty
are
good. Wait, are you a proficient in persuasion, boss?
No, I'm 0.
Okay, never mind.
Only intellect and stuff.
Well, no, let me check. Persuasion. No, you're good in performance though.
Could I have rolled that?
No. So Grimes, she looks at you and says, "You're right. and I won't awaken it. But I do think if the times ever come to it, we're gonna have to reawaken it, and I don't want to lose any more people.
You know, I could study it myself. I like to study. I want to study technology a little bit.
And she basically is like, well, you can look at it whenever you want. It's your guys' house now.
Grimes is gonna agree with Bia's sentiment and go, look, we'll keep this in the back pocket, but let's try some other things before we pull out Mr. Blasty here.
Hello, Mr. Blasty.
May I ask you another question?
Who are you asking? Bia? Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sure.
Do you know any team affiliation of a really, really big fat dude who? What
She
was
just nods no.
Okay, fair enough. He's the one that technically had the shop before we came in, so I just wanted to know if you knew anything.
Well, if you have his face or like a picture of him or something, like
Well,
Gosh,
my
just
camera
pulls his
disintegrated.
face out of his pocket.
Oh, ew.
so the thing is, he wasn't really disintegrated, as in
No,
a lot of
my
food
camera
was put
disintegrated.
into him, and then he exploded from the inside out.
No, I'm saying my camera disintegrated, not him.
Oh, okay.
Which it definitely did.
Yeah. Which is sad. But she kind of like leads you guys back to the bakery part, and is trying to like, I wouldn't say corral you guys, but get to know you guys. And over a period of time, she feels more comfortable with y'all. And if any of you like have questions for Bia, she's going to be there to just talk with you. But it is now Stella's turn.
While they're all in the basement area away, I want to attempt to give the Gardevoir some of that calming white powder.
Oh no.
Damn.
They said it
Okay.
was calming and it was an herbal shop, so I'm like, maybe it's chamomile.
Maybe it's chamomile. So, I will allow this. I need you to roll me 3 D100s.
Oh, I'm scared. Alright.
Okay. Now I need you to roll me. Oh, let me see. What is it? This is gonna be for your Gardevoir. This is gonna be weird, isn't it?
The whole thing is weird. Like,
Yeah. So I need you to roll me an insight, which would just be a D20. An animal handling for you. An arcana.
okay.
A medicine. And actually, yeah, one more insight, but this would be for you. Is that... Oh, well, you get to know a lot. So that, I'm gonna make the first insight, that would be for the Gardevoir, the 17. Because it would actually be proficient in that. Animal handling, you are proficient in, which is 19. Your arcana check, which is something entirely different than magic and whatnot, but this is... Oh, wow, that's actually really weird. I'm gonna tell you this. Everything that happens is mainly good, but one of the things you notice is the Gardevoir is still in shadowed form, but is like really, really high. It has no more Pokemon powers right now. Like it lost them all.
Okay, so it's like not incapacitated, but it can't do anything.
Yeah, it's basically like it lost its powers. it can't do much.
Okay. So as it kind of like mellows out, I'm gonna like go and kind of sit on the floor with it.
Okay.
And
Steven's just there, leaning on the table.
Yeah. I'm gonna like gesture for him to like keep back because this thing is proven dangerous. And I'm just kind of like gonna take one of its hands, or what would be its hand, and just like soothingly kind of just pat it to let it know that like I really don't mean it any harm. I just want what's best for it. Like I'm trying to like imbue it with knowing that it's cared for.
Yeah. Give it an animal handling check real quick.
Okay, please.
Actually, technically it would be charisma. So
Just straight charisma.
Yeah, just straight charisma. Oof, good job.
Woo!
So it senses just good vibes from you, and like that you're not trying to hurt it in any way, and it feels comfortable with you. The Gardevoir kind of just like puts its head on your shoulder, even though it's so fucking tall compared to you.
Right.
And yeah, like look at that, that's just so fucking tall. But it points at the wall, and then it points at its chest.
Oh. And I'm going to, as it has like its head on my shoulder, even though it's kind of like in a weird hunched angle, gonna like just pet its head, be like, we're gonna work on that. We'll work on that together. It's you and me. We got this.
Damn it, that's so cute.
I want it to be okay, even though it's like I made it do something really bad, and I do feel bad about that.
Fair enough.
Or I enabled.
Yeah, no, I get you. Trying to think. Is animal handling wisdom or intelligence?
Animal handling is I would guess it's based on wisdom, just because I'm proficient and I have a +1 in it, but proficiency adds a +2, and I have -1 wisdom. So I'm assuming it's wisdom based.
Okay. Everyone's gonna get positives at the end of the game. Just remind me animal handling for you. Your Gardevoir falls asleep, but it then, like, when it falls asleep, it does lean up and like rests its head on the desk. And
Okay.
you notice that the dark circles around its eyes and the purple haze that is illuminating from them starts to decrease, but it's still there.
Okay. We'll work on
And
that.
yeah, and it does seem to be in some sort of pain, but more of like a mental, emotional kind of pain. And Steven does come up to you, and he kind of like pats you on the shoulder. He's just like, "Good job, boss."
I'm gonna pat him just like and like sign to him, "Are you okay? That was a lot."
Let's see, what did he just say? Yeah, he basically like shrugs and he's like, and he signs to you, "I've been through worse."
Oh, and I'm just gonna give him a big hug. Why is everything so sad here?
Gardevoir is fast asleep, and Steven hops over the glass counter and starts to work at the bakery.
Oh my gosh, get it.
His first thing is going to be okay. It doesn't turn out very good. Let's just say that.
It's better than average.
He makes the no. I meant the two out of 20.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, he makes some burnt biscuits. He's just like, damn it, new oven. But
not used to it without Chuck.
yeah, he knew the perfect degrees. So what do you want to do now? Your Gardevoir is asleep. You are currently in the bakery that you and Steven own, and Boss and yeah. Well, technically Boss I don't think owns the bakery, but I think he's a part of it.
Can be co-owners. It's cool.
Yeah. He's like the bread owner.
Yeah, he owns all the bread.
I'm like the one who does the behind the scene like paperwork and all that stuff.
There you go. What else would you like to do, Stella? You have a couple turns.
I am gonna leave Gardevoir where they are. I don't want to like jolt them by putting them in a Pokeball or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Who do I have? I don't have any fire Pokemon. Yeah, they're all fine. I'm going to clean up the other bits and bobs that Boss had noticed, like upstairs. I think there was a broken window. Just tidy up.
Mm-hmm. Let me just grab that. So, you just want to clean, right?
I just want to clean.
What are you gonna do to clean?
Is there like a broom?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna take the broom and start like sweeping away stuff because I'm assuming there's crumbs from where the guy was eating and making a mess. Just overall, just kind of mindlessly trying to decompress and do some sort of menial, mindless task.
Fair enough. While you're cleaning, you hear something kind of like rattling, and it's the window, and you do see like a little bit of blood there. It does look like someone left through that window. You don't really see much else on the inside. But this oven is, as I said before, it looks like it was made for like a kid or someone small. And a lot of the stuff in here is fresh and new. The supplies in here are fresh and new. There's some bottles that have a type of liquid. I won't say it's alcohol, but it is a liquid.
Okay. I don't know what I want to do. I'm gonna inspect that kitty oven.
Okay.
Because I'm like, that's kind of weird that they make one so small.
You can use insight or perception.
Let's see. I think I stink at both of those things.
That's okay.
I do. We'll use insight.
That one.
Oh, God.
When you put your face in the oven, and you kind of like poke at the chimney part, a lot of soot comes down onto your face. But yeah, you managed to clean most of the area out, and then you kind of dirtied some of it with all that soot, but that's okay.
Everything's fine.
Everything is good. Now, boss.
Huh?
You managed to get out of the floor area? Sorry, I'm trying to do something. Let me try this. There we go. You managed to get out of the kind of like cellar area, the dungeoning area.
I like how you took that thing that I was talking about earlier and made it a real thing. Okay. I have a feeling that you had meant for us to come here.
What are you talking about?
This little area with the whole dungeon, the whole laboratory.
Kind of.
Exploring that place.
You want to go downstairs?
Not right now. Not until we have a little bit of time to speak with me and stuff. I'm gonna explore that in my own time.
Okay, fair enough. What would you like to do right now then?
What is going on? What is our situation?
In terms of what?
Like, where are we?
Like, are you talking about city-wise?
You know what? Sure. Where are we city-wise?
Plume City.
Huh?
Plume City.
Bloom City. Okay, okay. I guess maybe we could go see what Stella's doing then.
Okay. So you're going like what, upstairs to see?
I guess so. Hey, Mia and Grimes, I'm gonna go see what Stella's doing. You guys do whatever you guys need to do, okay?
Don't be gay.
Don't be gay.
No, I'm joking.
Isn't Grimes a guy, or I don't know actually.
You're good. No, I was just being funny. Gay means happy, in my opinion, but like also does mean
either.
homosexuality. It's whatever. But yeah, no. I'm gonna just say Stella is covered in soot, and she's in front of the fireplace. And then, where are you, boss? I need to grab your character image.
I am inside the bottle of wine. No, I'm on the cheese. Hi, I'm
in the
now.
cheese.
Hey,
You're the big cheese now.
pretty much. Hey, so what's your turn?
Tried to clean and I got covered in soot. This is like the 4th time I've been covered in something icky.
Need help cleaning that?
Yes, please.
Okay, help Stella clean it off.
You know what? I want you both to roll a d20, and if I'm just gonna say this: if anyone gets a nat 20 for cleaning, wow, you both have 18. Holy shit! If anyone ever gets like a nat 20 for like cleaning or investigating or something, I'm just gonna give you like perfect investigation skills, and that means you get like a +5 to that or in the future.
Nice.
Yeah. So while you guys are cleaning, you notice that there's a lot of letters in there that were burned, and it looks like there was some rings, 2 in
Rings?
2 in particular.
Rings
One a diamond, like a diamond ring and a gold ring, kind of thing.
Okay. Perception check on the letters. Look at the letters and see if it's still readable. You said it's like partially burned.
Sure. Roll perception.
See, I use perception checks so often. Nice.
Are you proficient in it?
I got a 17, but what does the 6 mean?
It's either or. Like if you're proficient in it, or if you're not.
I'm not. I got a 0. I have nothing in perfection. I got a 17.
Yeah, you are at 6 then.
What does that mean?
So the best way to describe it is if you're proficient in something, it means you would get the positive version of that. You would get the higher version. When you get proficiency bonuses, it would be like a +2 or a 3 towards any skill or any saving throw, for example. And if you were to like use animal handling, you're not proficient in it, which means you don't always have the best opportunity to talking to animals or Pokemon or creatures. But you do have performance skill, and if you were to say like do a jig, so for example, if you were dancing, you would take the higher number, which is a nat 20, which is great. Yep, I stole your nat 20. You did the best dance.
What does that mean for me?
What do you mean? What I just rolled for you?
What is that? Oh, you rolled for me, so I did what? Oh, that was just like a test, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, that was just to test it.
Okay.
But no, for you, perception check, you would actually get the 6 because you're not proficient in it. That's just like the best. Sorry, not the best. That's the easiest way I can describe it. I feel like Stella or Grimes would be able to say it better.
Okay.
Did you guys want to explain it a little bit?
Let's just get through this.
I don't have a better explanation, honestly.
This is fine. I kind of get what you're saying. Like if it wasn't a 0, I would have gotten a higher roll, right?
No, it's not the 0. It's you have to have the skill for it. Like you have to mark it in your character character sheet. But you didn't originally. You will gain skills over time, and you'll also gain bonuses if you mark those skills down. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no. As we're going on, you don't really know what's visible because it's mainly covered in soot.
So it's like just completely illegible even if I try to dust it off.
I mean, you could try. You want to try dusting it off and trying again with perception check?
Sure. Should I just roll again?
Yeah, go ahead.
Same thing?
Yeah.
I hate this thing.
You managed to grab a few letters, them off. They broke into tiny, tiny pieces.
I see. Okay, cool.
It's all good.
We'll just grab the rings and then finish helping Stella.
Okay. I'll just say you grabbed 2 warm rings, and to your, I'll give you this. To your understanding, they look like kind of marriage proposal rings.
How sweet.
Or not marriage proposal, wedding rings. Jeez, I'm tired, I think. But yeah. What did you want to do? You want to still help Stella?
Yeah, I'm assuming we're not finished, right?
I mean, for the most part, like, it's pretty good. It's a lot better than it was.
So you have like 2 wedding rings. Okay, do you want to head downstairs then? So?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Let's try this for size. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna be almost done soon, so no worries here.
Okay, why don't you show me a little Brian sprawled out on the floor, sleeping soundly on some nondescript corner. There's a bed.
I choose corner.
Corner is nice.
Corner is 90 degrees.
You know what? Oh, nice
Okay.
right here. Please don't tell me that's just for my dad.
Bia stole Bia stole one of the beds and is grabbing like a really big plushie and just like falling asleep with it.
Cool.
Okay then. So Grimes in the corner. I'm guessing that means it's nighttime, right?
Yep, it is nighttime now.
Okay. Well, how many turns do I have left?
I'll just say one more.
Okay. There's not much else we can do. It's already nighttime. Probably check out that basement next session. Do you guys want to go ahead and head off to bed? I know that little Gardevoir is having a nice little nappy naps.
Yeah, but I don't want her to stay there. So, how heavy could I lift the Gardevoir to carry her into like the adjacent area with the beds and stuff?
You want me to help you?
Roll a strength check.
Can I
That
help?
would be great.
All of you.
All of us?
Yeah, you and me
Yeah.
both roll strength check.
Oh, okay, well I have a -1 to it, so have fun.
Oh
got a
God!
You got a nat
so
one.
weak. We're so weak. We're so
Oh no.
Indeed,
Steven.
do much better.
Steven tried to help.
We're all
The Gardevoir is dense.
Very dense. So I'm gonna tell you this Gardevoir managed to get to let me just let me try and find it. There we go. Managed to get to there, and literally, Stella, you are being crushed underneath it. Not like horrifyingly, but like
It's heavy.
It's heavy. It's pretty dense.
Okay, I'm gonna, realizing that we really can't carry it further, I'm gonna kind of wiggle out from underneath, be like, you know what? I'll sleep here on the stairs.
You sure you want me to bring you a pillow or anything, I guess? Yeah.
That would be great. I just want to make sure that she's okay, because I don't want to put her in a Pokeball. But this is the best it's gonna get.
Alright, I guess I'll bring her some covers and a couple pillows from one of the non-occupied beds. Since there's like 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just bring her that.
Thank
Okay.
you. Night-night.
Now, for everyone but Phoenix, I need you to roll me a D100 for how well you sleep.
No, no.
Oh dear.
Oh, I sleep so good on those
You
stairs.
slept really good.
What? I slept so badly.
boss.
And I was on the. And I was. How did I sleep so badly on a bed?
Boss, you have nightmares of your Pokemon being eaten by giant men.
No.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That
Stella,
would've been traumatizing.
While you're falling asleep, Gardevoir notices what you tried to do and holds your hand while you sleep and gives you
Aw.
really good dreams.
Oh, I love that.
Grimes,
No, no.
you imagine Houndoom licking your feet, and then you realize that Houndoom actually got out of its Pokeball and started licking your feet, and then you fall back asleep, and Houndoom is just like laying next to you.
Socks are gonna be so wet.
I forgot. I was thinking boots, but you know what? I forgot. You probably do take boots off.
For sleeping.
Yeah. But yeah. That was today's session, or this week's session, I should say.
Woohoo!
And you all did pretty well. No one had a Pokemon die yet
We did it.
today.
Yay! All it took was more murder.
More.
Yeah, more murder.
That's all. I hate that. I hate all of it.
Thank you guys for being part of this, and for anyone who joined. I didn't even really share it today, and I
Oh
should.
yeah, you said you were gonna give us something like
Oh yes.
Yes.
So Phoenix, are you still awake?
Yep.
Thank you. Oh, I popped my elbow. That fucking hurt. Sorry. So I'm gonna look at your character sheet. Phoenix, you gain +1 wisdom. So you get
Thank
8.
God.
You're welcome. Where is it? Boss. Looking at your character sheet. Because you carried the Gardevoir and you were mainly the one carrying the Gardevoir, I'm gonna give you +1 in strength. So
Yay, my strength is 0.
yeah, you'll have a 9 instead of an 8.
Nice.
Now, Stella,
You said mine was animal handling.
which I believe is wisdom, so you would have a 10, if I'm right. Well, wait, let me... Yeah, it is wisdom. So you would be having a 10 in wisdom instead of a 9.
Sweet.
It still says -1 in strength for me.
Wait, oh yeah, you're at 9, that's why.
Hmm?
Sorry, you're at 9, like 9 strength instead of 8, right?
Oh, on the side. It shows me 8 though. That's what I was asking.
Oh, interesting. Grimes,
Yes.
fudge! I did not realize your dex and your con were that broken.
Yeah. The negatives hurt my soul.
You know what's really bad?
Am I getting another negative?
No, I'm giving you a plus of charisma.
Yay! So fucking charismatic.
With broken legs and shin splints for days.
I'll fall forever, but I'll do it in style.
God. Damn, oh god, that would hurt. I've had shin splints. They suck. Now, everyone gets a unique skill. It's not like it's a D&D skill, so it's not that unique. This is where it's going to get a little bit hazy for some of you. So Stella, you get 1 in insight. You get 1 skill.
I don't know how to change that.
Oh, you just click. Do you see? Let me go to your character sheet real quick. Do you see where it says skills?
Yeah.
Do you see where it says insight?
Yes.
Click on the box next to it, or
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Yay.
So Grimes,
Yes.
this is going to be basically because I've kind of made you into that, and I feel bad because I didn't mean to make you an investigator, but you get
Oh,
1 in investigation.
Hell yeah.
Phoenix,
Yes.
are you ready? Rambo,
Yep.
you get animal handling. Good sir.
Thank God. I mean, changed it from a -2 to 0, so it's plus.
I mean, yeah. And you're proficient in it, so whichever one's higher.
She said we all got like a special skill or something.
Yeah. And then you, boss. Are you ready?
Sure.
You might not like this one.
But so I will say so far, since you gave me another +1 in strength, I have no negatives.
Oh, you didn't put a thing in strength though.
Oh, was I supposed to put a thing in strength? Oh.
No, not that.
Oh.
It was you put a 9 there instead.
Oh, I'm supposed to write it in.
Yeah, no, I got it for you. No worries.
Oh, okay. That's what you meant. Okay.
Yours is perception.
Yay!
No, I'm glad you like that one.
You know I do perception so often.
No, I know. That's why I'm giving it to you. I've
Yes.
been going off of what you guys are rolling and whatnot. So that concludes today's Pokemon adventure, and I thank you all for being here.
Where
This
did I
has
put
been
perception?
the Social Club. Woo. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween!
Time to end the stream.
Yep.
Oh, that was
Bye.
so awesome.